time she's lost.
Okay, so welcome back to our Mystara D&D Wednesday group. We are up to session 150, or Phase 3, Season 3, Episode 13. At the table today, we have Martin.
I play Tyrellin Silverleaf, and he's a medium wood elf. He's of good alignment, or that depends on what your version of good is.
Lawful, neutral, and chaotic. Good is your actions. So you can do evil actions, you can do good actions, you can do neutral actions, but you're not required to always do good actions.
Okay, so neutral, because he does have a sideline in background being an urchin, so he is crafty about that. Path of Fire, level 13 monk. Monastic tradition is Path of the Kenzai. Yeah, that'll do.
Nice.
Yeah.
Next person at the table is AJ.
Hello, viewers. Thank you for tuning in. My name's AJ. I play a human merchant by the name of Makeda Aiden, or Merc for short. Merc is chaotic neutral. His priorities are himself and his own actions. However, he does get quite connected with the networks around him. And he understands the need to have these networks and the value they bring and the value he can provide them. Being a merchant by trade, he's more of a negotiator or a diplomat than he is for someone to fly in and do the hard battle in the first instance. Although he's not opposed to perhaps using a dagger or his rapier to take an opportune attack if he can get the upper hand.
Though he does have this interest in charming everyone.
He does have an interest in charming everyone, because the best way to get to know someone and be able to negotiate with them is to bet them.
And so far he's been offered by Orcus.
And still considering it. Could be a good end game.
Though that can be taken in multiple ways.
It can be, and that could also be.
Next up we have Sean.
Yes, I am Sean, and I play Cetus, the elven water ganassi berserker fishman. He kind of just hits stuff.
But hey, nothing wrong with all that.
And he's also slowly turning into something, but we don't know what that is yet because I haven't decided.
I'm hoping Dimitri will do a slightly longer intro because I've just about cut up Martin's apples, but not quite.
Okay, bringing us to Jeremy.
Good evening all. Yes, I'm playing Dimitri Dimitrios, the Caldaran native who grew up as a peasant but has risen above his station to take on the role of a noble and leader and educator of the known world, really, but I say he's always willing to offer his advice when needed.
Thank you.
That first part sounds familiar. I don't know why though.
Are you sure it's just when needed?
Yeah.
Like always, the point is it's always needed.
So the whole always offer advice works well.
It's someone of lesser intelligence than Dimitri would find hard to understand how people could be so silly.
Which then brings us to...
A second.
I set the camera up for you.
Calcrix has changed over to the dark side. She is now a black, evil, but gorgeous and adorable, coffee-loving dragon. No, this is the real Calcrix. The other one's an imposter. This is the white dragon with the jazz wings. I just felt the need to show off my $2/$160 if you want to get it from America version of Calcrix's toy. Calcrix is white dragon in shape and looks. Shape or species alone. Everything else is silver with a black streak down the middle of her spine and on the tips of her horns and along the tips of her wings, followed with some blue, because she's no longer a white dragon. She's now technically a metallic dragon with dashes of entropy, water, possibly earth and fire. But we don't know whether or not the 1 or 2 red and green scales she's got are actual elemental scales or just something that Eep coloured in when Eep was bored. Speaking of Eep, Eep is Calcrix's Dark Fae companion, Bygorn, who yells Bygorn and Death to the Infidel in a nice little high-pitched tone, and then crunches demon's bones in a very low-pitched bass tone. Very handy as a companion, but also very, very dangerous, even as a friend. And I'm not drinking 2 coffees.
Is it because you're about to finish one quickly? Okay, so would someone like to attempt to recap?
No.
Something. Hill Giant's smart now. Matrons are back. Went to meet the Hill Giant one, and to help get access to the Storm Giant one, we met the Prince of a country, who is the envoy from that country to the...
Karamikos?
Yeah.
Wasn't it the Prince of Karamikos? Is that correct?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah.
Because the Hill Giant reign is certainly within Karamikos land, or at least disputed Karamikos land.
Though Dracnomir has interacted with him as well. Though that would have been 80 odd sessions ago.
Dracnomir or Dimitri?
Dracnomir.
Dracnomir. Okay, so you're talking Monday's character, not today's character. The more bearable version of Jeremy's personalities. Which we mean totally as a joke.
I mean, Desmond's pretty good.
Was there anything else in there? We'd just gotten to the point where we appealed to the Hill Giant matriarch, and she granted us access to the Storm King's realm, but I can't remember the condition that was under. Does anyone?
It was part of the crown. We had to return.
You had to bring back
that's right.
the fragments.
We need to
Or a
attempt to
fragment.
return as many of the fragments of the crown as we can to the matriarchs.
Yes.
Do we know why we're going there again? It's not to retrieve the elements of the Storm King's crown. It's
That time dragon's got us doing it.
Mm-hmm.
so was it Bastion?
I think there was a continuous storm going on that was causing problems.
And we need to investigate the cause of the continuous storm. I'm looking forward to seeing how your straw house works out.
I'm just counting them.
Is this just straw sugar?
It's sherbet, but
Okay.
yeah.
I hope the
It's
big
pretty
giant
much
wolf
same
doesn't
thing.
come along and blow it over.
As long as there's no wolves in today's game, I think we're safe.
Like
Well, I mean, both-
Like.
No, we're good.
Both
There's
Hildren,
enough wolves in Monday's game.
both the windy woman Hildren and her windy wolf is not here.
Alright. I don't know if she'd like being described as windy, but
Them she blows.
I will describe her more as a beautificus record keeper and
But that doesn't
combat
describe the character.
arms.
The character is a wind ganassi.
Okay, we'll go with
Yeah.
that.
Windy makes perfect sense then.
No, air ganassi.
Oh, she's an air genasi, that's right.
I could also have been describing Cetus' sister. Who's the Tempest Domain. Not Tempest Domain, what's it called? Path of the Storm, Barbarian.
Makes sense.
Okay, so you had taken a teleportation to the Storm Giant's lair after getting a 24-hour water breathing
That's
from
right, yes.
Caltrix,
Yep.
which doesn't run
Thank
out
you.
when you leave the water, unlike previous versions of the game.
Yes,
Okay.
thankfully.
Previous versions of the game was you got to breathe it until you left it.
And you have to redo it sort of thing.
Yes. And so if someone was to flick you out of the water in the middle of the sea,
Drag you back under.
no, all you have to do is just fall back in there because there's nowhere else to go. Suddenly it's
Well,
no longer working.
But the other problem, of course, was in the previous version was if you had water breathing, you then couldn't breathe air. So if they took you out of the water, you started suffocating immediately anyway.
Like a fish out of water.
Which is why it would then cut out. This one just grants you, in addition to breathing, you can breathe water.
Yep. Nice.
As long as it's water.
No,
Furious doesn't count.
no jumping in big vats of beer then.
I feel like there's an experiment there for where does it stop counting it as water.
I think the level of pollution is where it starts not counting it as water. Okay. Did you guys remember anything else you had set yourselves up with last session?
Why would we remember any of that? Rhiannon was taking notes. She always takes all the good details, and nobody expected her to be sick.
The only other thing I remember is that the Queen gave us the permission to call on her if we come across giants under the influence of the Master, and that she would play a part in breaking that bond or whatever it's going to be.
Though, from her perspective, it can only be hill giants.
Hill giant, yeah, absolutely. Because she's only domain over the hill giants, I suppose, yeah.
And of course, the aspect, the recognition that half the party were actually under her influence anyway.
Yes, everybody who's wearing giant belts seems
Yes.
to be under her influence.
There's been false advertisement. I was promised 101, I got 105.
Send back 4.
Hey, getting over, they don't care about as much getting under, and then you're saying, I got shortchanged. That's where people complain. I believe Magic the Gathering did that in one of their current releases where they promised so many cards and then didn't deliver them. Or they got rid of all the expensive cards and gave them the cheap cards.
I just remember them banning cards before they even came out.
I did have a question before we went underway. Did we know at the end of the session if we were entering into combat or initiative?
No, you did not.
Okay. And if I managed to find my notes and figure out there was a spell or something like that that I did put in place, can I bookmark it here to mention it when I do find my notes?
You can.
Cool. Awesome. It would help if I kept all of my notes for each game in the one spot.
Okay, so you find yourself in a room. Looking up, you can see what appears to be a vortex of air going up, getting wider as it goes up.
Just in time for our wind air Janazi to not be here.
But you're also in the water.
Nice.
At the moment, there's not much movement where you are, but you see as it goes up that there's lots of stuff moving around that vortex. So getting out of here by going up would be quite dangerous unless you're resistant to piercing, cycling and bludgeoning.
So it's pretty much a tornado with all of the detritus that would come into a normal tornado, but we're in water.
Yes.
Sort of below it, yeah.
So, a whirlpool?
Yes, that's exactly what a whirlpool is when you're looking at it from beneath. So then you refer to it as a vortex. And you're sure that the surface is probably more than a mile wide. Having heard that there is one just like that off the shores of the Panathak. Now, how bad could that be?
Nothing bad ever
Always
happens
home.
in the ocean.
And you are, you feel as if you're fairly deep in the water, as you can feel the pressure of the water around you. You definitely don't want the spell to end while you're down here.
Right.
Excuse me.
There's only one amongst you who won't get squished straight away.
Is that water? No, me.
The dragon.
Awesome.
Since you got the blue aspect, you can your body's adapted to water.
And I've been reading my water book that got given to me by the water dragon in the underground cavern on our way out of Yalaran.
Whereas Squid Boy is very good at going underwater. He's not good at keeping that breath inside him at great depths.
You need me to transfer you oxygen through the mouth.
Do we have any notion of where we're aiming to
To
go?
keep you alive.
You just put the bubble around
You
his
believe
head.
you've been teleported to where you need to go.
Right.
Just that you have no idea what this is or where it is. But you do see around you glowing runes very similar to that of the hill giants. Just seem to be far more stylized and complex runes.
Do we all have dark vision? Or-
Do we need
I think everybody but the human.
I can see
Humans.
I can see 120 feet as if it's normal
Okay,
in
no
any
worries.
sort of
We
situation.
got the
So,
site, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
are we apparently on the sea floor or within a underwater catacombs?
Well, you can see around you that there are tunnels coming off where you are in 5 different directions. You look up, there's another 5 tunnels coming off a bit higher, but you have to be next to the vortex to get into them. And there seems to be some sort of grate beneath you going further down.
So there's a
Yeah.
grate.
Mm-hmm.
Recognising that visibility is probably going to be shorter, but can we see anything down in the passageways from where we are right now?
Okay, you probably have to get up to the passageway to look because the passageways don't seem to be straight. They seem to curve not far from where they enter.
Okay, but so are we seem to be sort of at a crossroads of tunnels? Is that
Central
sort of-
chamber, you're thinking the central chamber is probably about 100 feet in diameter.
Right.
Designed
And
as
it's
a
got
central.
the whirlpool leading potentially up to the surface.
And the runes are on the walls of the chamber. The chamber is very almost a perfect circle.
Or even like a perfect circle or perfect sphere?
Perfect circle because it goes up like a cylinder.
Right, okay, yep.
So
How good are people at swimming? Because you breathe underwater at the moment, but how well can people move?
Currently, you're on the ground of this complex.
so
Yeah, but we're still, like, I'm assuming the complex is full of water, is it not?
It is.
Yeah, so Yes, theoretically you could walk on the floor, but I suspect swimming's much as movement. So,
Which means those of you who have walk on water abilities, hopefully remember to deactivate them before coming through the portal.
That would be Trellin.
I didn't mention it, so it doesn't apply.
In which case, you're slowly floating up.
No. He's giving you a boon of saying you deactivated it before
Dimitri
you got
reminded
here.
you.
Right.
When you listen to Dimitri, different question.
Yeah.
But Trella normally listens.
Yeah, Trellin normally listens to Dimitri. Nobody else does, to Dimitri's great frustration.
Well,
He listens, he doesn't always do what he says, but he
Yeah.
listens.
So just to clarify, because I always visually struggle, we're in a complex of sorts.
Mm-hmm.
So we know we're in a building, but we know we're deep under water, and we can see this vortex. So is this like a large room with these passages that you've described and the grate leading off it?
There are 5 passages at your level. There are 5 passages above you next to the vortex.
Calcrix thinks this might be a good time because she may have not done it before. She'd have to check with Rhiannon to cast Telepathic Mind so that if we get split up, we know where we all are. Telepathic Bond.
That probably would have been a good thing to have
It
cast
also
before
make communication a lot
I think
easier.
I
because
did,
you can talk very easily underwater.
I can't find my
remember
notes,
it.
so I can't verify that I did it without Rhiannon.
Let's assume you did it.
Okay,
Much
alright.
like Martin turned off his water walking because last thing he wants to do is to be crushed into the ceiling.
Because
Well, but it's also the sort of thing that, as I say, it's whilst you can breathe underwater, doesn't necessarily mean you can talk. Like I say, well, you can talk, but people's the audibility of the sound underwater would be more challenging as well. So a telepathic bond would make sense.
yes, well, and I knew I had in my mind to do preparations.
It does
I just
make
could not remember what they were.
spells with a V component unable to be used underwater.
The spells
I mean,
with
that's like
a
all my spells.
verbal component. Is that what you mean?
Yes.
Water breathing actually still actually talk in the sense of casting spells, but
Not always.
yeah.
I think
Yep,
mine
that's fair enough.
does.
If it doesn't,
I'll
all good.
look it up. I just wanted to ask a couple of
Yeah.
non-game questions.
So Jeremy usually requires some sort of feat or ability to speak and cast underwater, much like speak and cast while in animal shape.
And with that, what about for Dimitri with the necklace of adaptation?
Adaptation, I'll say, works perfectly fine because it will give you the air. He basically can still say the words properly underwater.
You finished your coffee.
Yes.
Do you want soda stream, energy drink? Finish off that.
Energy drink would probably help.
Okay. I've got you a box of fruit. Do you want a little bowl of snacks?
Just the
Okay.
fruit.
Yep.
Okay, so was there any other questions?
I'm sure that won't come up very often, but would Sears still be able to talk when he does his shark mouth thing? He can only do that one whilst raging, so not much words.
You have an air bubble around your head.
I would probably say it'd be fairly hard to get the whole tongue to work properly in a shark's jaw.
Yeah.
That doesn't usually fit into that very well, so gloves just in case. I'm going to sit down. Calcrix using telepathic bond will suggest that as long as these 5 passages are within sight, since there's 5 of us, we could each investigate but not go down a passage each, rather than split up. So she's being very clear. Don't go off down your passage, but maybe we could all investigate and see if we can come back with any information.
Sears has the ring of mind shielding.
Oh,
Okay.
well,
Technically, you can let them in. You know it's
yeah,
okay.
that's right. You can choose if you block someone or not block someone, because I've got a ring of... I have ring of mind shielding, and I have you can't find me amulet as well.
The main thing
That's a
is,
fun one.
if you wanted to activate it when the spell was being cast, then you block the spell.
Okay.
But once you've allowed the bond in,
Yeah, so the only people who can get into your mind right now will be the agreed telepathic bond party members. Can we say, just in case this goes over more than one session, that Rhiannon is a part of this telepathic bond,
I'm
so
happy
that,
with that.
Hildren isn't blocked out when she joins session next time?
And Jeremy was about to say something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, well, coming back to the fact that people who don't have a swim speed are going to be moving a lot more difficult, with much greater difficulty down here, and 100 feet across is a long way apart if people are only moving 10, 15 feet around.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you'd
So-
rather do it as a group? That's fine.
I would suggest you be staying in a group. I mean,
That's fine.
Dimitri's happy because he's got a swim speed, so...
I'm okay with that as well. It was just a suggestion.
Calcrix and
Yeah.
Cetus should also have swim speeds.
Yeah,
I was
have
going to
a
ask,
swim
who
speed.
here, do we all have a swim speed?
I don't know mine.
Because if it's only...
You have to have an ability that gives you a swim speed.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Dimitri's got to make guys and blocks and swimming and flying and keep him a swim speed.
Otherwise, you move at half speed,
Yep.
and you can make an athletics check to try to move faster.
Can I
That's
give
fine.
him my... Can I finally summon my crocodile pet?
You want
Was
to
he
summon
an
the
alligator?
crocodile pet?
I have the crocodile pet, but I wanted it to look like the shark hound. Just like a miniature one.
Probably better to say it's a shark pet instead of a crocodile pet, because crocodiles still need air.
Yeah, so it's a shark pet.
Sharks don't need air, they just need moving water.
So
And just have this, because he has a swim speed of, I think, 40.
Who doesn't have a swim speed? I can possibly summon an elemental to help you along.
Well, I've got 55 feet of movement,
Right.
so that's 27.5,
Yep.
and that's fine for me.
What about Merc?
I've got 20 feet.
So,
I can summon.
I have
elementals.
shark.
yes,
But I don't think I can speak down here.
I can. So I could ask a water elemental to act as kind of like a mount, or like you could hold on to it and it will.
Yeah. Either that, or I'm happy just to hold on to the shoulders of someone. who
Yeah,
can
that.
move
Yeah,
quickly.
I don't mind if you hold on to me.
Yeah, if it saves you on the spell.
Oh, what size can I be? Can
You
I be my normal
You can
size?
be your normal large size.
Okay, cool. That.
Wow.
That's
But
good.
how big are the tunnels?
The tunnel's the size for a storm giant.
Right,
Oh,
okay.
how big's a storm giant?
20 feet.
A storm giant would think you're a cute little puppy.
Okay,
So
does
they're big.
that mean for the sake of, just in case we end up in some sort of combat or with some sort of giants, Calcrix can actually ritual enlarge
You can enlarge, but it will not last a terribly long time, and then you would be intimidating them instead of being cute little puppy.
Okay, alright, well I'll stay cute little puppy.
I can be the angry little toddler I was meant to be.
You were meant to be an angry... No, let's just not go down that side path. Alright, shall we pick the closest passageway to investigate as a group first?
Makes sense.
In...
If there's no visible features that we can see where we are from any of them, pick the closest one and we'll have a look.
Aim as the northern passage.
In Hildren's name, Calcrix will remind everyone that it might be good if we nominated roles. I can read Jotun. Can anyone else read Jotun? Cool. So maybe Calcrix and Cetus can do like investigation reading of stuff. Dimitri's very good at figuring out if things have got traps and so on. Trellin can beat the shit out of anything that tries to kill us.
What?
Cetus looks offended.
Well, so I've stated that I have slashing and piercing,
Yes,
but they won't work. They'll be resisted
yes.
in
Well,
water context.
our mission is going to be kind of diplomatic as much as it can and investigative. So we don't want to outright just attack everything we come across. But if something sneaks up behind us and tries to kill us, it would be good to have someone who's watching our backs.
So piercing melee works well, as does thrown piercing. Fired weapons are less effective in war.
Yeah.
And this is just suggestions. If you guys want to do it differently, you've got different skills, and you're like, hey, wait a minute.
Well, I've got master in longsword and longbow, and only skilled in the other two, quarterstaff and short sword.
Are we happy with that kind of a division of roles? And does anyone have a particular idea for, I would be good at this role or that role better?
Eep puts a leaf up.
Okay, well, what would Eep like to do?
Bacon.
I take it that means that you would like to help me investigate because you're a very smart plant.
Eep seems happy.
Feed Eep a cookie.
Eep looks a bit distressed as it just sort of deteriorates before he can eat it.
Okay. I will search in my bag of holding for my eel jerky and feed Eeps an eel jerky, which I'm pretty sure won't dissipate.
Eep's happy with that.
Yep.
The girl mentioned you want to be careful opening bag of holding under here.
You take all the water.
And I use my water fancy thing to just make an air bubble with a cookie in it.
You could. So people, in terms of roles and things, do people have suggestions? Are
Let's
they
do
happy? Happy with the initial
Yes.
offer?
I'll stay like 30 feet back because I'm going to be.
You watch our backs.
Yes.
You're on our 6. I think that's the term.
Right.
All right. Because Dimitri's good at finding traps, I guess maybe he gets to go first. And then
The
if there's
sacrificial
runes
lamb.
and stuff, we'll have a go at reading them. I know Dimitri will have a go at reading everything anyway, and I'm fine with that.
Dimitri's looking down the first passageway.
Okay, cool.
Okay, I'll give Dimitri a perception roll.
Oh.
17, 23.
Okay, you do see that there seems to be a portcullis just not far inside the passageway. There is some graffiti scribed into the wall, and you found crabs.
What?
Crabs.
Normal size crabs.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yes.
Crabs of unusual size, I'm sure they don't really exist.
On our side of the portcullis or their side of the portcullis, and is the portcullis closed?
The portcullis is closed and it's on the side you're not on.
Right. And the crabs are big enough they can't go through the portcullis?
They are big enough that they probably have maybe 8 times your weight. Great seafood buffet, I'm sure.
Yeah, but if the portcullis is designed to hold back storm giants, it may be something that we can walk through quite happily, and crabs might also, but...
Depends. So when you say they're 8 times our weight, that could still be a lead ball bearing. For those of us who are a little bit challenged, are we talking a metre wide, half a metre?
Well, no, like if they're 8 times a normal human's weight, the idea is that they're large size.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, that makes sense.
which makes them very large crabs when you consider them to normal crabs on the seaside. But yes, in D&D terms, they're size large. But yeah, so that the portcullis is
My
designed to keep out
mistake. They
medium creatures.
are, I believe they're huge. So quite a lot.
Huge,
Bigger
okay.
than I was expecting.
They're bigger than carpets at the
They are.
moment.
And the portcullis is designed to keep out huge creatures, large creatures, medium creatures, small creatures.
Designed to keep out medium creatures, so
Right.
you could squeeze through, but you can't walk through.
No, not happy with that. In which case then, Dimitri will carefully approach the portcullis, staying out of range if the crabs can get their pincers through the gap.
Their pincers are too big to fit through the gap. Their pincer
Okay.
would roughly be the, I'd say the length of Calcrick's.
Yep.
Can I?
But even so, it's a case of, depending on what the portcullises are made of, down on the sea water constantly, the crab pincers might be able to go through the portcullis. So it's, but Dimitri's basically trying to look to see what's beyond the portcullis and the crabs.
Okay.
If it's just a chamber or the corridor continues.
Looking behind the crabs, you can see what appears to be a pile of treasure with shiny weapons, armor, coins, a couple of gemstones, and Ariadna has a question.
I wanted to do two things. I wanted to check if my robovise allows me to detect anything specific, and I wanted to read, or try to read, the graffiti that you mentioned.
Okay. The graffiti reads Calcrick's was here.
Let's see. I think everybody, I might be able to make friends with crabs.
It's not the first time she's graffitied stuff in the future and the past.
Okay.
Is there a picture of Calcrick's? And it?
No, but there is a picture of it next to Calcrick's.
Mm.
But okay, but from what Dimitri can see from the portcullis, it's a chamber. It's obviously a guarded treasure chamber by the sound of it, is that right?
It is.
Yep. Okay.
And with your robovise, can you tell if it's a real treasure?
And you can detect magical items in that treasure pile.
But yeah, so he'll go back down to the central passage again, if the others are behind him, well and good, but he'll say, okay, well, that would not appear to be the way to the Storm Giant's reception room.
Do we want to check each of the passages before we decide which one to investigate further?
Well, Dimitri's certainly planning on going for the next passage. Like, that one seems to be a dead end.
Yeah.
And unless the party or personnel want to go raiding the Storm Giant's treasure room before we try and make any political negotiations.
Before we move on though, or I don't mind if you guys decide you want to move on, Calcrick's would like to attempt using her Speak with Animals ring to say hi to the crabs, see if they'll talk back to her, if they can understand her, if they recognise her since she was here.
Okay, give me a sec.
Take your time.
Okay, so you're doing that while Dimitri moves around the chamber?
It's up to Dimitri if he waits to see if I can get any other information from the crabs. We're using telepathic bonds, so she's certainly advertised that that's her intention.
Encouraged that. So, how far down the passageway is the portcullis? I'm assuming it was a matter of 100 feet at most or something?
The portcullis is probably about 20 feet just
Yeah.
around the corner of where it attaches to the main chamber.
Dimitri will suggest that, well, hey, those who are a bit slower moving can keep filling in the middle parts, and Dimitri will start with the next one while you're talking to crabs.
Mm-hmm. I'm not planning to have a long conversation with them unless it turns out to be revealing of...
Absolutely.
But I figure I might as well check this box so I don't have to come back here.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so...
I forget you normally ring of animal species only like 3 times a day, so...
That's okay.
I'll just have to check the intelligence of the creature,
Mm-hmm.
because...
I have the speak with animals spell as well.
Yes, but speak with animals only works up to a certain intelligence.
I know.
Which is amusing because if it's slightly over, it doesn't work.
I was mentioning this, if say I would have run out of my 3 ring things, as Jeremy was pointing out, I do have an option of casting a spell if we absolutely need it. I don't expect it will.
So in most cases, as an example, they work on most beasts, but generally don't work on cats.
Yeah.
Why
Which
is
is they
funny.
work on cats?
Because their intelligence is 1 higher.
That's clever. Normally.
Does that mean you can work out other ways to communicate with cats because they're at a higher intelligence?
Technically, you would have to do tongues,
Ah, well, there you go.
because tongues doesn't work on animal intelligence.
Good to know.
Unfortunately, cats will always counterspell tongues.
Maybe. Depends on whether or not they want to talk to you.
Well, they might respond with meow, and it's like, but I can understand you, meow.
Fair point.
Are you messing with me? Meow, meow.
Woof.
I wouldn't even ask that question. The answer is always yes.
Okay, so yes, you activate your speak with animals.
Essentially say, "Hi, I'm Calcrix. Have I met you guys before?"
Okay, and you see the crabs start doing click, 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 moving claws, click, 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 moving claws.
I'm actually skilled at this. I've done this before. Calcrix does crab dance. I did this when I got the black pearl out of the underwater place with the black pearl from the dragon pearl.
And after about a minute or so, Kakris gets a hello from the crabs.
I'm
This
now.
could take a while.
I'm doing the breakdance version of crab talk.
Okay, so it is back to Dimitri. You've moved clockwise around the chamber because that's always easiest to figure out.
Easy, yeah, all good.
And the next one, instead of curving left or right, seems to curve up. And it seems to have a surface about 20 feet inside the passageway.
Perfect, sorry.
20 feet inside the passageway, it has some sort of surface where the water ends and the chamber begins.
Right, okay, so it seems to have some sort of thing, some sort of field that's stopping the water going further. Can we see into the chamber? Is it a transparent field?
It is covered in some sort of plant matter. Hard to see through.
Yeah. But it's clear that the water doesn't go through either. So. Well. Dimitri will get closer to see if he can see through the gap in the trees. The spear that he uses for is checking on floors. He can poke the blunt end through the plants just to see, get a bit of a hole to see through.
Okay, as you look at it, the room seems to be quite deep. I'm trying to figure out if I actually have the proper height of what I'm looking for. Oh, where's my monster book?
Well, Martin's looking that up. I don't presume Cetus has stayed behind to talk to the crabs, considering he's water affiliate.
I'm sure he's hungry.
And he can also speak with them.
I just thought this was a prime opportunity for you to be introduced to the crabs if you want some storm giant crab friends.
They might be relatives.
It's helpful.
I was thinking that, and I wasn't going to say anything.
Could be a part of your networking.
is it?
Okay, the room appears to be about 40 feet tall.
Is that all he can see from that vantage point at this stage?
It has multiple chambers coming off it, and there is a shimmering in the room.
Can I recognise or understand what the shimmering might be?
The shimmering source is out of view. You think it's coming from the floor.
Right, okay. And how thick is this barrier or the plants and stuff?
About an inch or less.
Right, yeah.
It's basically algae sort of plants covering the surface.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
Can I ask a quick question?
You can ask a long question if you like.
Just a quick one. I had my little companion Puck with me. Did he drown?
And what was your puck companion?
He was a little sort of humanoid fey winged thing that I summoned.
So familiar
Familiar.
companion. You can pretty much have unsummoned him while you're going down there without losing him.
Oh, okay.
Also, if GM allows, Calcrix can do up to 10 creatures with the water breathing. She would have included any companions, familiars, or mounts that might be coming with us.
Yeah. Well, look, Puck's been with me for a little bit. Been pretty useless.
Well,
Yeah, look, Eve is not always of use, but it's fun to have her out and use her, and if you don't have them out and use them, they don't develop.
True.
and you don't see the crazy things they do.
Mm-hmm.
They just do them while you're not looking.
As long as he's doing
But
it
hey,
for me.
there's nothing wrong with that either. I mean, I'm sure all the party know Wall well. Dimitri's our familiar, he's had since first level.
No.
That's because you'd have to talk
Exactly.
about someone other than Dimitri.
Dimitri's going to actually just give a bit of a test and see if he can put his finger through the algae through the barrier, just thinking about whether or not it might be some sort of, not only stop the water, but stop life if the algae can grow on it, but then doesn't go, like, things don't go through it. So thinking, oh yeah, the wood of the stick might have gone through it, but maybe living objects don't. But,
Okay, you put your finger in it.
Yep.
It seems to go through.
Cool, okay. And yeah, from what you can see, there's definitely no one in the room. It's just that shimmering on the floor.
Just that shimmering on the floor.
Okay. He'll put his face up through it to have a look at the shimmering, or possibly even put an arm through it to go blind.
So you do feel the algae sticking to your face as you come up.
Mm-hmm.
It does seem to be a fairly large chamber, about half the size of the one you came in on. And while you're doing that, we're going to Calcrix talking to crabs, who potentially Cetus.
Well, I can teach you crab language through crab dance if you'd like.
So after welcome, you get you find they refer to you as Kingmaker.
Okay. I'm gonna file that in the back drawer as I'm like, that's probably got implications and consequences that I'm gonna have to not forget about. And then, in her own ADHD way, Calcrix immediately forgets that she's going to file it back in the back drawer and go, "What do you mean by Kingmaker?"
Okay, so looks like you're watching a lot of moving about, twisting around, banging of claws, clacking of claws.
I got talons, so
As apparently there's this dual dance going between Calcrix and a crab.
But just couldn't help but wonder what 10 knives would do if you had one of these crabs. What sort of meal he would whip up for us?
You could whip up a banquet for a royal wedding quite easily on just one. There's so much crab meat there, you could feed 1,000.
Nice.
Won't say they'll survive it, but you could feed 1,000.
Yeah.
Okay, so while that's happening, Dimitri, you're entering the room more.
Right, so no, so basically, put your head through so you can actually see exactly what was the shimmering on the floor and things like that. So,
Okay, so there is some sort of golden rune glowing in a corner. The rune
don't you recognise the rune at all?
the rune itself is about 40 foot in diameter.
Does he recognise what the rune is?
It is not a rune you're familiar with.
And you said there was about a number of exits off this room too, didn't you?
Yes, you can see a stairwell going up, a passage going north, a passage going east, and a passage going south, besides the pool to drop into.
Oh, okay, so I'm effectively coming up from the floor type, is that the...
That is correct.
Right, okay, so it seems to be a pool. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Well, I will drop back down again. Wipe the algae off the face.
Well, by the time you drop back in again, the algae's come off because it...
yeah, that's right, I figured it was likely, so... yeah, move back to the others, and... Okay. Telepathically, let people know that, yep, well, that would appear to be a dry space area. So,
And then you see the clackety-clack, thump-thump, clack-clack, dodge-dodge, twirl of the dragon and the crab stalking.
Reach is happy to do
Conversation
that
to be
and keep
had.
moving on to the next passage.
And so, what advantages does that give?
Well, they've called me Kingmaker. This could be important to one of our quests
Right.
as we go. So I'm trying to find out under what terms have they come to know me as Kingmaker. Is it related to the Storm King giants? Is it related to completely different kings? Am I going to eventually make one of our party members a king or more?
As she's doing this with these crabs, Merc is watching and studying to see if he can pick up any crab language.
I'm happy to educate people. Caltrix is always good at
As far as
teaching.
you can tell, it requires 6 to 8 different limbs.
Yeah, that's going to be difficult.
Unless you get a spell that gives you extra limbs temporarily.
Unless it's like a dumbed down version, like a broken crab language.
So,
I'm sure it looks like it's stuttering.
Probably crab.
I've got Tongue of the Sun and Moon, so I understand all spoken languages.
They're not speaking.
We're dancing.
It's like a sea version.
It's
Last time I
it's
had to actually do a dance off, and that's how I got
So
the
this is a
pearl
visual
from
language?
the dragon pearl.
Sort of like sign language.
Right.
I'm surprised I haven't had to do performance yet, but it might be because I've done this before. But the last time I did it, I got a pearl from a god called Pearl that I now keep in my secret chest. So this is one of the reasons Calcrix stops to talk to crabs. She could end up with another pearl. And,
Yes.
you know, a pearl that belongs to a god that she's allowed to have as a gift. That's pretty cool treasure as far as she's concerned.
Okay, so it says it has gift, and then it hands through the bars a large goblet.
A large goblet.
So the goblet is like yay big.
Okay. Is this goblet going to fit in one of my bags of holding?
Yes, as well as all the water around you.
Right.
Open.
When Sean Cetus comes back, I might see if he could do a bubble for me around my bag of holding and my goblet.
Or you could
so
just
that
go up through the pool,
To the dry area.
hold it for a bit, and then take it
it's
to the pool.
large. I don't think it's going to fit through the portcullis up to the pool.
They pushed it through the portcullis on their side. There's
did
no
they?
portcullis on the other path.
Oh, there's no portcullis on the passageway that Jeremy,
Yes, that's correct.
Dimitri was at? Okay. Well, are there any definitive features of this, or would it be best for me to wait until...
I will give you an insight. While you're doing that, Dimitri moves clockwise around to the next entryway.
Yep.
No.
Was the, just confirming, Martin, the pool, was that actually big enough effectively for a storm giant to have gone in and out of?
Yep.
Yep, happy with that.
Plus a D4.
Okay, so when I was looking at the scale, which it would have been great if it had to show me in the main area, I think the original room is a diameter of about 400 feet.
Okay, so much bigger than... So
Because when I was looking at...
That makes sense if the opening was fit for storm giant.
So when I was
10 of them
looking,
in the room.
when I was then looking at the other one that showed the squares and how big they were, by zooming in on the page and looking closer, because at this distance it doesn't look like they're squares. As I leaned in, it's like, oh, there's tiny squares. And each square is a 10-foot space.
Yep.
Fair enough.
37.
37.
You're saying numbers and I'm like, don't forget my number, don't forget my number. 37 for inside.
Okay, looking at it, it seems to have a picture of a dragon putting a crown on a giant.
Can I...
A rather stylized crown that seems to have strange shaped jewels on it around the outside.
I'm pretty sure I know what crown that is. The giant, and I'm fine if it doesn't, but does it look like the outline of, say, a hill giant versus a cloud giant? And I've also seen pictures of fire giants and storm giants.
It looks like a storm giant.
Okay. Right. I'm concerned by this, but it seems like not right now while we're investigating. I will check with Cetus and see if he can... Oh no, we're gonna go to the non... I'll hold on to it until we go to the... I can put it in my bag. Is there time to quickly, since Cetus is with me, to introduce Cetus to the crabs and say, this is my friend Cetus?
You can.
He just introduces himself
Can
with crab
you
claws.
adopt crab claws? And
Yeah.
Yep, cool. There you go.
Okay, they ask why your friend has a stutter.
He's not a native crab speaker. He's still learning. So any tips that you can give him, I'm pretty sure he'd appreciate.
Okay, so they seem to, do the whole...
He says freshwater crab.
Yeah.
Freshwater
I will
crab.
translate for Merc as well.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of clicky, clack, clack, clack. And apparently he does too many clacks.
You're a clacker.
Sorry, I'm cold.
I will ask one more question. Can you give us any advice about exploring this area? We're trying to figure out the cause of unnatural storms.
It doesn't seem to know, as they haven't really left this spot that much except to eat interlopers.
Expected and fair. Thank you very much. If I'm able to safely get out some more eel jerky, I will offer them some eel jerky as a thank you for their insight and help.
Okay, so Dimitri reaches the third tunnel, and as you do, you can see behind another portcullis a fish of unusual size. Give me a nature roll.
This is Wednesday.
D20's on fire tonight.
Would you get another one?
Plus total 20.
Total of 20. Okay.
Yes. With a full plus 14 plus D6, I got total 20. And in the perception, when I got the 17 or whatever, plus 15 plus a D8.
Okay, so you recognize what appears to be a killer whale on the other side of the portcullis.
And again, the portcullis is designed to stop medium creatures.
It is.
And is the orca in its own chamber, or does it continue along past the orca?
It reminds you of the other room, except it looks like its entry is about 50 foot wide instead of the 40 foot wide one you came out of before.
Yep. Is it also guarding treasure, or is that just basically a stable?
This one seems to be guarding an entry room like the previous room you went into.
And is it all the way up to the roof?
So if the passageways are about 40 feet tall.
Yeah.
And it seems to just go up to that 40 feet.
No worries.
And then open up into a new room.
So it could
jump over.
A pool at the top type stuff, is that right?
It's a pool on the other side, yes.
Yeah, okay.
I'm struggling.
So it's the fish pond. So if you're looking from the outside the pool.
I'm struggling to visualize. So there's a passageway tunnel, and then you go into the tunnel, and there's like a chamber.
You go into the tunnel, and it appears to be a large room that the other area just slopes up, and then at the height of the corridor is the surface of the water.
Okay.
Which then leads into a room.
Okay. And with the telepathic bond, as soon as Calcrix picks up anything about a killer whale or some sort of creature, she's like, animal friend! And make sure Merc's holding on, and Hot Tails swims it over towards
I'll give Merc an insight roll.
So she's snubbing. So Calcrix is snubbing the crabs.
No.
Away mid-conversation.
No, I've given them eel jerky and thanked them for all their stuff. So I've said my thank yous and given a gift.
Left without even saying goodbye.
Normally wisdom, but
Wait,
if you can justify intelligence, how would you do so?
Wisdom and intelligence is the same for me, so 15 all up.
15 all up. Okay, so your hands are hurting as the dragon's currently dragging you across the chamber.
Do I pick up that I'm hurting Merc at all?
Hard to tell because I'm sure Merc would be pleasure and pain at the same time.
Oh, okay.
There's that balance.
If it's that weird thing, then Calcrix is going to choose to kind of ignore that because she doesn't want insight there.
Does Cetus grab on as the dragon just starts to disappear?
Yeah.
Oh, telepathically, you've all heard Calcrix go, animal friend! And I'm pretty sure at least Cetus and Merc and definitely Dimitri, probably Trellin, all are familiar enough with Calcrix to realise this is the kind of excitement that would overcome her as soon as there's any kind of creature.
Okay, so Dimitri...
Dimitri, walk on to the next passage.
Quick
into the next passage.
Quickly starts moving on to the next passage as he sees the wall of dragging coming towards him into the other chamber. Okay.
It looks like I might end up using my 3 rings of talky talk, because killer whales are. Killer whale might be.
Give me a sec. I will look up the ring for you because it may last a lot longer.
I think I got it handed down to me from Zal.
Okay.
So I might have a level where I can speak with animals all the time.
Okay.
I know it was something that we discussed at one point. Because she's talking to everyone.
He just gets his from the Metamorphosis Destiny.
So when you metamorphosize into any in particular?
Probably a crab.
Okay, so if you do you have limits on your metamorphosis?
I don't really know the particulars of it, but it says...
Gosh, I'm missing random right now, I should know.
Because the metamorphosis gives you the ability to speak to animals and beasts.
So each time you activate the ring, you have 10 minutes of speaking.
Okay, so if I get over to the whales fast enough, and depending on their intelligence...
So we did say you were talking to the crabs for about 10 minutes.
Oh, okay, so I might have to reignite it. If that's okay? I'll start doing a count-off.
Yeah. But you still get the speak to animals and beasts thing, even if you're just turning into a vampire.
A vampire?
Yeah.
Why did you pick vampire?
I didn't pick vampire, but you still get that speak to beast thing, no matter what your metamorphosis is.
Oh, I see. Yes. Yeah.
So
I'm
I
still
could be a normal...
curious about why vampire came up as the example.
It was the only
particular
thing I could
reason?
think of that wasn't animal related.
Well, they turn into bats.
True. Now to think of a different example. Because all the other ones I could think of are like werewolves and dragons and gods.
As Martin can probably predict, Calcrix will ask the royal questions when there's opportunity.
I was just seeing if I actually had a whale in here.
I am leaning towards Cetus becoming a dragon now that I have learnt that that is an option.
I can discuss with you how that happens. I actually have knowledge about that because elves.
I've got a hill giant strength, and I hate dragons. So.
No, you don't have to hate dragons. Remember we discussed
this last
it
time.
because you were worried that maybe you had a loathing for Calcrix, and it was decided that it's a character individual choice as to whether or not it's going to influence them a lot.
And grants the user Bane versus dragons.
Yes. But you can choose not to have that because you're not an actual
Okay,
giant.
so yes, it will work on understanding a killer whale.
Awesome.
That sort of means that killer whales are less intelligent in the game than cats.
This is kind of good because in real life killer whales are actually very, very smart and very, very deadly.
And pricks.
Not as bad as dolphins, though.
Yeah.
They're nasty animals, dolphins.
They can be.
They're mean. They just do it for fun.
Who
They're playful.
Dolphins, they just do it for fun.
do what for fun?
Kill stuff.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Killer
But so do
whales
killer
also have been
whales.
known to do that.
And
Yeah,
they'll
they'll
play with
flick
their
things out of
food
water,
before
fun
it's
away.
dead.
They're currently attacking a set of tourist boats off South Africa at the moment.
And
Two of them, and they've basically been depopulating the area of sharks.
Yeah, they are pulling the liver out of the shark and nothing else.
And at the same time, they are sinking boats or disabling boats. They're basically destroying the rudder, and if the boat's weak enough, they'll sink it. But they are trying to flip them.
The footage is actually cross between amazing but also terrifying. And I never want to be in a boat that's small around a killer whale.
Not just those ones, the ones in the Arctic that were chasing penguins. Penguins and seals were literally jumping in the boats to get away from the whales.
Back on subject.
Sorry.
So yes, you can hear the whale with the it being extremely polite because you look like a predator of some sort.
I will assure the killer whale that I only prey on creatures who have bad intentions towards me.
I would
Like
probably
cows.
say that would be more of a culture check for you.
Okay. What did I do with my dice? Why do I always put it down somewhere where I can't find it? How do I manage to lose a dice when I'm
I'm not
sitting
sure
on
to
a chair?
specify. Is this a normal sized orc or is this like a giant one like the crabs?
Huge.
So normal
Culture.
size.
So that gives me a 21.
Okay, so if something like a killer whale thinks of you as a predator, that's a compliment. If you're not a predator, you're food.
Okay. I will.
Rah.
I will just simply say greetings. I'm Calrix, the white drag with the jazz pins. Or just I'm Calrix, actually. I'll keep it short.
It does ask if you can have a bite of your food stock, looking at Cetus and Merc.
As I explained to my friend E, the food stock are actually animal companions that I find very useful to me. Like pilot fish are useful to cleaning you. These guys are more useful to me alive and doing their natural service in the sense of how pilot fish.
It does say you sure you need all three, or four, as the case may be.
I can offer
not
you
that big.
some eel jerky if you would like to try some. It's very well cooked.
It likes living, not cooked.
You could have a try. Worst case, you could spit it out. Cheval made it. It's really good eel jerky.
I have no idea what a cheval is.
Well, I'm just offering for them to try a different taste.
How big is this piece of jerky?
I've got.
You try to feed it to a larger than normal sized orca.
The eel was a giant eel, so I'm presuming that the strips are a reasonable size for a dragon to consume, and she just tears them up for smaller creatures. So I presume it's a reasonable snippet for.
Okay, so
an
you
orca.
you hand over a large piece.
And if he doesn't like it, he or she doesn't like it, then they don't have to. They can just spit it out.
Tries to chew on it, it doesn't come across as tasty.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'd offer you a cookie, but they disintegrate.
It says not fleshy enough.
Fair enough.
Can you spare a limb off your thing? I'm sure that will grow back.
I might actually check my bag of holding for some of my. Oh, it was some kind of fish. But it's not jerky fish. I can't remember the type of fish, but it's it's fish from similar fishing expedition that got me the jerky.
Okay, so while you're having that discussion,
Yep.
Dimitri makes it around to the next room.
So is this number 4?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay, so the whale you see in this one is about twice the size of the other one.
Is it another orca or is this a
It's another
like a
orca.
sperm whale or something?
It's another orca.
Another orca? Again, does it appear to be guarding anything per se?
Seems to be another chamber like you've seen before. You can sort of see behind, you can see looking up the passageway, there seems to be a set of stairs behind each of the orcas going up further. Without going
That
into the
leak out
chamber.
that leak out of the water up into a...
I know outside the water there's a set of stairs leaving.
Oh, okay, right, yeah.
Going
So
up
beyond the water.
out of the room.
Yep, okay. Well, again, Dimitri will keep going around to the fifth one. Saying the fact that, yep, we've certainly found a few ways of getting out of the water, but I would suggest the one that's not got a portcullis in the way, aside from other guardians.
Okay. So, you're still talking with the orca?
Yep, I just want to... Same as the crabs, what's their name? Can they give me any information about the area? And did they like the fish?
Fish wasn't that fresh.
Oh, the fish was kind of fresh. It's fresher than the eel.
Plus it wasn't moving.
If I can catch some live fish, I will bring some back to you.
Much appreciated.
He probably says, but you've already got food right there.
I need these ones. They I've already explained they perform a service.
Well, they do point out that they've each got 4 useless limbs. You could just get rid of one.
Well, they need the limbs to move. They're not as well designed as you are. And I will try to use a little bit of charm to keep the whale on side.
Persuasion.
Fortunately, that's my forte. That's 16. So that's 30. That's 35.
Okay, you sort of reluctantly agrees, still eyeing them off. Seems to be very interested in Cetus more than the others.
Probably because he looks like fishy and natural food.
Like calamari.
Probably give out a fishy smell in the water.
I will thank Whale, remind them that if I find better tasting food that's fishy, that's not of service to me, I will bring it back. And then move on to catch up with Dimitri, because I don't want to hold everyone up too much. But at the same time, if we have to go through that portcullis to go into the chamber above, we've at least made friends.
Mm-hmm. And Jeremy, on the last entryway, you find another I'd say giant killer whale is probably the best term for it.
Sorry.
So
There are 2 giant killer whales and 1 killer whale.
the first killer whale was a normal sized killer whale. The one
Thank
that
you.
I'm coming up to now with Cetus and Nerf in tow
It's a giant one.
is a giant killer whale.
Mm-hmm.
And then Dimitri moves on to the 5th one, which has a second giant
Giant one.
killer whale.
Yeah. But the portcullis is holding the back each time. It's been designed to hold many creatures as well. So, what are the portcullis being made of?
You believe it's made of adamantine.
Oh,
Right. Okay.
Not mithril, because hey, these guys wouldn't have had access to mithril when they built this place.
So basically, yes. So that first one, that first treasure came with the crabs. The real treasure was in the gate.
the real treasure was the friends we made along the way.
I don't know. I think I'd prefer my life over a portcullis of adamantine, because I'm pretty sure they're holding back the creatures as well.
Yeah. But so you also mentioned there were another 5 passageways at a higher level.
Yep.
Would they end up being about the same sort of level as where the pools and the staircases went up to?
You believe it's where the staircases above the pools go up to, because the holes are probably about 50 feet up the cylinder.
Okay. Dimitri will swim up and check out those passages just to see whether they effectively open into air at that point, or it's got to avoid the whirlpool, doesn't it, if you go up that way?
Yeah, if you go up that way, you're getting next to the whirlpool, and you may get caught up in it.
Okay, no, he won't go that way then. He'll go for going to the unguarded pool to actually then make that as well. Does it look like each of those passageways is effectively above the lower level ones, or
Yes.
they offset, or?
Well, they're not directly above them. They're sort of in different places. There are, of the 5, 4 of them are in the southern half of the cylinder, with only 1 in the northern half.
Yeah.
Whereas the other one, they're almost equal distance around.
So, well, if Calcrix has finished chatting to
I'm
the
trying to
pets down here.
I'm trying to have
and
short
the-
conversations.
Yeah, no way, it's the fact that Calcrix has finished chatting with the pets and
Thank you.
the guard dogs.
I had a
And the
couple
others
questions.
aren't doing anything else. I'd suggest we go to the pool to get out of the water and explore further.
So my question was going to be, if Cetus can talk to whales, he could go ahead to the 5th whale and make friends with that, so that if we have to go through these portcullises and into these rooms, these whales won't kill us. And I'll do as quick a version of my discussion with the normal sized whale with the one at the 4th, and if Cetus can do the one in the 5th, that might speed things up.
What's the range of the telepathic bond?
Once I do it, it's wherever you are for the length of time that it lasts for.
Nice.
And I believe it lasts for 8 hours at the level that I did it, but I'll check that. But it means if you get portaled somewhere,
Yeah.
I'll actually still be in contact with you, and you'll actually be in contact with the rest of the group as well.
As long as you don't portal to another plane of existence, you can speak
Yes.
to her.
Yes,
Okay.
that's true.
That's right. The base time is an hour, anywhere on the current
Sure.
plane.
I don't know if you heard, but I suggested to Martin that if you can talk whale, you go ahead to the 5th passageway and say hi, make friends with the giant whale there. I'll do a quick hi, make friends with the giant whale in number 4, and then we can progress our way up to the next level. Are you good with that?
Yeah.
And I'll leave it up to Martin if whether that needs to be shortcut or if there's role playing that actually is required.
Just noting down names, because it's always useful when I don't have to remember a name.
That's it. I haven't wanted to grab any names if there are names. If you need me to make up names, I can.
Okay, so the smaller whale basically says he works with Sarissa.
Are you able to spell that?
Serissa.
Serissa. And is that a giant? Is there any indication of what kind of creature person Sarissa is? Or is that his name?
That's the name of the giant it works with, because
Okay.
this is a storm giant's lair,
Okay,
and
cool.
they wouldn't work with anything other than a storm giant.
Well, I didn't want to make assumptions, because I've made assumptions in the past and made an ass out of myself.
Whereas the first giant killer whale
Yep.
works with Miran.
M-O-R-A-N?
Mirran.
Oh, M-I-R-A-N?
Double R.
Double R.
R.
Miran.
What's a pirate's favourite letter?
And then, so that's
I would have
passage
also
3.
said-
And the third one works with
The
Nim.
sea.
N-I-M?
NYM.
N-Y-M. So that's in the
Why would it
fifth.
be writing it in a easy to understand version?
Depends on where you come from. Was there any names to go with the crabs, or the crabs are just happy to be crabs?
Crabs have no real concept of name.
That's fine. That's good. Okay. I'm happy to continue on with others. No, you don't have anything like Heroes Feast, create food type abilities, do you?
Not really.
Okay, that's just interesting. A thing I wanted to file on the back of my head.
Okay, so you have no problems getting out of the pool.
Yep.
I will say Dimitri gets a perception roll as the first one out.
Oh. Before we left the pool, Calcrix wanted to at least
27.
review the rune, even if memory through the telepathic bond, and she'll make note of it when we get out of the water.
There's lots of runes down there.
I thought there was one big 40-foot rune.
That's out of the water.
Okay.
That's
but
not
Dimitri,
in. It's not in the room you're in. It's in the room Dimitri's just gotten into.
Next
Oh,
room.
so the one he's just gone into?
Yes.
Okay, alright. So, sorry, I lost track of
Mm-hmm.
where we actually were.
All good.
So this is in passage 2?
Passage 2, yes. So Jeremy, what was your perception?
27.
Okay, so having
I'm always getting a double figure with my dice.
you do see that there is a lever next to a stairwell.
I will. Is the stairwell? No, there was other exits from this room as well, other than the stairwell, wasn't there?
So there is the stairwell, there is a passage going north, which you can see a statue down, a passage going east, which you see a statue down, a passage going south with what looks to be a pool in it, and the glowy rune in the floor near where you come out.
You went through that really quick. North was a statue.
Was a passageway with a statue down
Yep.
it.
South was the same.
No, that was east.
Oh, so north is got the statue
Mm-hmm.
in it. Then which one was next?
Next was east.
East, and that had the same setup. And then it was south that had
Seems to have a pool in it.
another pool.
And then there is the glowy rune in the floor and the stairwell going up.
The passage going south with the pool. Does that tend to lead to where with the orca was protecting the pool that we saw before, that he saw down below?
Heads in that direction, but doesn't seem to go that far.
Right. Okay.
You don't think these two areas are connected?
Okay. Well, that's right. Having quietly gone around checking the initial line of express tunnel. Dimitri will go and check out the lever on the wall. Just have a look to see if obviously there's anything aside from possibly 4 portcullises underneath the water. So, but yeah, so we'll actually look to see if there's any evidence of what it actually does.
Yes, I would suggest not necessarily pulling it. Could open up the portcullises and let all the killer whales out.
It has the giant rune for gateway. I'm sure it's gateway. I'm sure you haven't mistranslated it in any way.
Yeah, if we've got...
They have. Dimitri's a rheumatologist, so he's got a good chance of understanding it. So, but yeah, okay. So I'm not seeing any reason to pull the lever at the moment because we're not trying to open anything directly for us at the moment. So, and there were no sounds coming down the passageway. The two with the statues, did they appear at the end, or was there the statue partway down the passage?
Okay, the statue was at the end of the passage, but before then there appears to be doors.
Okay.
Before we run off down passageways, can either of the two people, Cetus or I, we both understand Jotun? Does the rune confirm that the lever says gateway? Like, can we read it better because we know giant?
Well, looking at it, it does translate as gateway.
Okay, so it seems to be accurate. And the rune, the big 40-foot rune, can we see that?
Is not translating.
So I can't tell what it is either. We're out of the water.
You're out of the water.
I'll make a note in my journal.
So I can't read it.
It's not a word.
I'm gonna.
It's sort of like looking at the Nike symbol. That's not a word. It's like swoosh.
I was gonna pull out my confidants journal,
Mm-hmm.
just connected to Drazzle,
Mm-hmm.
and just make a note of, if you have time, if you've seen this before, any information would be good. And then I'll do a copy of it.
Remember, of course,
There.
Short Tolkien be well aware that Dimitri's primary role is a linguist.
Yes, but
He can read and speak Jotun.
I didn't know whether or not our various backgrounds might give us more information. So it might be that Cetus has a background where, you know, he does. So I've interacted with hill giants and cloud giants and had some research on fire giants and storm giants. You might have had research on other types of giants, and Cetus might have had interactions with different types of giants. And between the three of us, one of us might recognise the rune as being hill giant or fire giant or something like that. That's the only reason I was examining it, just in case.
More likely, Jotun arcane.
Yeah.
So,
But I made a note in my confidence journal because there's an off chance that Drazzle will see it at some point and give me an answer, and that might give us a lead.
How would you gain access to Drazzle?
So I have a confidence journal. I don't get to choose what I got gifted to me. I don't get to choose who it speaks to, but confidence journal is a patron.
Right.
So if you had one, it would give you direct access to your patron. You can write in it, and if the patron happens to be looking at it or it serves them right, they might give you an answer and information.
Right.
Or you could just communicate intel to them because it's a part of your job. Turned out my confidant patron is Drazzle, which was very unexpected and a little bit concerning.
Okay.
But I figure since he time travels everywhere, it might be at some point he'll give us an answer. So the lever says gateway.
Okay, so I would probably say that having looked at the position of the lever compared to the rune, you'd probably say that with the lever on the left side, it would most likely be gateway open. If the lever's on the right side, it would be gateway closed.
And is it left or right?
It's on the left.
It's on the left, so gateway is open.
Mm.
Interesting.
it also just occurred to me, I'm guessing this lever is probably about at least 8 to 10 foot up the wall.
It is about, actually it's about 20 feet up the wall.
Yep, okay.
Considering the people who use it are generally about 30 feet tall.
So it was left
Yep.
is open and right,
Right
is
is closed.
closed.
Well, if the... Okay, so you place one of the statues, goes to a dead end, but there's doors at the end, part way down. But yeah, so Dimitri hasn't heard any movement or activity so far since he came out of the water?
He has not, and the statue in the north passageway is a male storm giant, and the statue in the eastern passageway is a female storm giant.
Is
Is the lever like proportional to like a door handle for them, or like a light switch, like size-wise for?
Well,
Right.
it seems to be a adamantine. You probably think of it more like a ballista
Alright.
with a big knob on it, the size of a horse.
Okay.
It's going to take a pretty big person to pull that lever. It's in the open position right now, though, so I'd say maybe leave it open. We don't want to close ourselves in.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be touching anything in here, because what was the mission?
To investigate the source of the unusual storm activity.
Get the fragment.
Yeah.
And if we come across fragments of the crown, to collect those.
Yeah. And so, are we doing it as a sneak stealth mission, or are we doing it as a diplomatic mission?
It was going to be diplomatic if possible, because we want to try and get the storm giants on
So
side.
it's starting as a stealth mission, though.
Yes. Well,
Yeah.
as far as I know it is.
Yeah.
I don't know, we're not being
Yeah.
particularly stealthy, dancing with crabs and
We can't find
talking to
anyone.
orcas, but
Well, Demetrius certainly thinking that, well, yep, it's just reminding everyone that it is supposed to be a stealth mission. So,
I don't know why you
some
think,
people can lose track quickly.
I don't know why you think Calcrix is going to pull a lever or something like that, but she's not thinking about it or intending to. She's not being obliquely unstealthy.
If we're doing this diplomatically, we should probably announce our presence at some point.
Well, I'm not being secretive quiet because I've just made friends with crabs and 3 whales. But I'm not trying to attract undue attention until we're ready for it. I presume that's the attitude everybody's.
And you are hearing some bass coming from down the stairs. Or
We're,
above.
we're hearing
Some deep bass coming from
Bass.
the stairs,
so bass is in maybe drums or a musical instrument or
yeah. Not quite sure.
Feet 5 5
vibration.
Deep voices.
You're not getting voices, you're just getting rumbling and just noise that doesn't seem to come across as anything specific.
And did you say that was coming from
The stairwell.
stairwell that's going up?
Up, yeah.
I'm trying to do Rhiannon some justice by trying to take as much notes as I can.
Didn't you ask AJ to take some notes?
I've been taking some
I
notes,
did,
yeah.
but I don't know how much notes he's taking. And while my hands are working, I'll write what I can anyway.
And of course, I'm quite certain Rhiannon's like to watch the video. We'll probably take her notes anyway.
There's actually
Hi,
been
Rhiannon.
times where because she's working so much, she hasn't.
Yeah, she doesn't always get the chance, but
Yeah, so I'm
it's
just
in
trying
her
to.
plans.
I know she'll appreciate it if I'm able to give her some sort of stuff. Okay, all good. Are we? I wouldn't mind investigating the big 40-foot room and just a little bit more, maybe with an Arcana check, because I suspect this might be an an Arcanic room. I don't know how to say that word, but yeah. So an Arcana check would be. Oh, that's not too bad. 19 plus 11. That's 30. D4 is 4. So 34.
Okay, so it reminds you of a personal seal or sigil. Which can be the destination of teleports.
Oh, so this could be a teleportation circle entryway thing.
And you
You
suspect that
that
you're
way.
supposed to appear here, but hey, it might not accept non-giants.
Sorry, can you say that again just a bit So take your time to choose.
You would have expected that you would have appeared here,
When we
but
came through.
as you're non-giants,
So this might be a giant-only access to this area teleportation room.
I feel like that's racist.
Okay, cool.
Giants only.
Did you want to check out the north statue first?
Was the north corridor the one with the doors that are on it?
The north
The north
corridor
end
has a
is-
male
North
storm
end is.
giant statue,
Alright, let's go north.
and I figured if we work our way around, because that's what Dimitri's been doing so far. He started north and worked his way around. So I thought, just keep that happening.
Yep, let's go north.
Okay, so approaching the statue, there are doors either side of it. The statue is a storm giant blowing, or a male storm giant blowing a pink and blue conch shell. You can obviously tell it's a male storm giant because, hey, no clothes. And it's a 40-foot tall statue.
Is the statue at the 40 foot, which is about the size of a storm giant, proportionate to what would be normal size male appendage?
Probably looks a little bit larger, but hey, how are you going to tell? You haven't really seen naked storm giants before.
Well, that's why Merc's interested.
Well endowed is definitely the response you get out of it.
Okay.
Dimitri's listening at each of the doors just to see if you hear anything on the other side.
So, how many doors were in this area?
2.
2.
It's just one on the right, one on the left sort of thing. Can Merc go to the door on the right and investigate it?
You can, and Dimitri's doing the door on the left.
Okay, yep.
Okay, both of you get to make a perception roll. Everyone also
30
hears,
for Dimitri.
everyone also hears a loud hissing noise coming from the south.
15.
Since the other two are investigating it, Calcrix will turn her attention to where the hissing sound's coming from and keep watch in case something follows. Is it the hissing sound coming from behind one of the doors or coming from back where we were?
Coming from the room you're in.
So could Dimitri hear anything on the other side of the door?
Dimitri doesn't hear anything, but Merc hears some clanging sound.
Because the door's so large, is there like a gap at the bottom that I could see through or anything like that?
It doesn't seem to have a gap.
Oh, okay. Must be a good craftsman.
And I'm guessing these doors are not going to be easy for medium-sized creatures to reach the handles or open. Is that correct?
Looking up, it doesn't seem to have handles.
At large size, how much bigger is the door than Calcrix? Is it like 25 feet taller than her or 30?
Calcrix is about 10 feet.
Yep.
It goes up to 30 feet.
So it goes up another 30 feet on top of that?
Another 20 feet.
Another 20 feet. Okay.
Merc tells, through the telepathic bond, the rest of the team what he hears behind this door. And describes it, whether it's like clanging like pots or clanging like people moving furniture or whatever it is.
I'm not quite sure, but it does sound like a metallic clang.
So it might be, as an example, someone you hammering against an anvil type thing. Clang.
Yeah, maybe.
Could be all
That
sorts
might
of
be
things,
sparring.
but that's just
Up in the kitchen.
Could be the kitchen.
Could be.
Dimitri
Check the
will
cracks.
try and check the cracks on the door that he's on as much as it's feasible from the position on the floor.
So investigate for Dimitri, and what about Calcrix?
I'm a bit concerned about the hissing that I can hear. Sorry about my memory. Did you say it's in the main room or in this room?
It's coming from the main room as you're in the
Main room.
passageway.
Okay, cool. Is that a lengthy walk back? I might venture back to the entrance into the main room and just have a look to see if I can see the source.
Okay. So does that mean Merc's going to investigate the door?
I'm also investigate the door, please. Oh. No, I'm...
Yep, that's a door.
39 for Dimitri.
It's a door. It's a big door.
Okay, Dimitri doesn't find any traps, but he believes it's a sliding door.
Okay. Dimitri will attempt to slide the door a fraction.
Give me an athletics check.
$11.
Okay, you get the door moving, but you're unable to stop it, and it just seems to slide all the way open.
Okay. As soon as it starts going on its own accord, Dimitri's going to step behind it, like to the side, like, so it's not actually standing in the middle of the open doorway. So, it obviously slides very comfortably and easily. Is there any immediate reaction from the open doorway?
No, but you do see Merc's back pointing towards the open door. Hasn't noticed.
Yep.
Was there any large sound or anything when the door opened?
No. He's standing there looking at the doorway on the other side.
Yep.
Is no one
Depending
saying
upon
that the
whether
door's
anyone-
opened telepathically?
Dimitri,
Is it?
are you
Yeah.
saying it's open?
Okay. In the case of the way any time we're opening doors, Dimitri would normally have said, hey, people ready? Maybe looking at Carolyn on the fact that Carolyn's normally the one that will be prepared for it. So this time, yep, there's no reason not to. There's a thick, but yep, door's opening easier than expected. So,
Cool.
I'll turn around then.
Okay.
but, so I would have thought that Carolyn was more likely to be in the vicinity of the open door. But anyway, Dimitri's happy to look through if nothing comes out immediately.
Nothing leaps up.
No.
But looking in, you can see it appears to be a giant bedroom.
Oh, hello.
As in, large bedroom for giants.
Yep.
With bunk beds. The posts of the beds look to be probably about the width of a person. Made out of adamantine as well. And they're
And
slightly
how many
bent.
bunks?
There are 3 sets of bunks.
So it's a barracks room almost, effectively.
And it does seem to have dirt, stone, and some charring in the room.
Yep. Okay. So it appears to be either maintenance hasn't been around in a while, or the place is unused.
It's also
Right.
it's also too small for a storm giant to lie down in.
It's too what for?
Small.
Small. So it's the bedroom is possibly
They're not-
not a storm giant.
All for
Well,
children.
not storm giant beds.
Yeah.
Could be a kid's room.
Are there any other signs that it's schizophrenia? Not that I'm there. I'm checking out the hissing sound in the main chamber.
Has the door gone all the way into the wall, or is there enough coming out of it that you can use to pull the door closed again?
It seems to have stopped about 5 feet from going all the way in.
Okay. And are there any exits to the room?
You can see there appears to be another room on the other side with a similar looking door.
And that room's open?
That room is closed.
Okay, so basically there's a door on the other side. We don't really know what's on the other side of the door yet, is that right?
That is correct.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, well, Dimitri's going to be suggesting that, hey, this potentially becomes a fallback point, because it looks like it's an area that's not generally used.
I will give you a insight roll as you're looking at the room for anyone else also looking at the room. Does Merc look into the room, considering they've opened a door?
Yes, he would have turned around to look in the room.
Realising that you've been standing in the open this whole time.
He's on rolling low today.
26.
Uh, 20.
Thank you. Between you, you think it is basically a lesser giant's quarters.
Lesser giant as in children, or lower giants on a ranking tier sort of thing?
A and B.
A and B, okay.
You think more B than A, but it would serve as an A as well.
Yep. So there could be a
But
higher.
the fact that there's bedding for 6, it's certainly not designed to be luxurious accommodation, it's designed more as a barracks.
Well, yeah. Well, if you're
sleep in the kids' room.
if you're lower on a ranking tier, like a caste system, you're not going to get your own luxury quarters. It's going to lump you all.
Exactly, that's right.
Yeah.
But, so there's no fire giant preparations? Right.
No symbology for anything except that the beds look plain. You think some of the scorch marks probably refer to fire giants. Some of the dirt probably refers to the hill giants, and some of the excess rock, the stone giants.
Cool.
I did mention those in the description.
No worries.
Hodge of
No signs of like the cloud or the winged giants.
Hard to see that sort of stuff.
No like frozen puddles on the floor for the frost giants.
That would have to be recent, otherwise it would have just been a puddle.
So, knowing nothing about giants, is it common for different types of giants to work together or live together?
It's not common for giants to actually group themselves together.
Let alone with other types of giants. Yeah. Okay.
But so I'm bound by the oath. So
Remembering also that it's not common in the current world, or in the modern section for giants to work together, but from what we've heard, talking to the matrons and things like that, historically, they were a much more cohesive race.
Okay.
And you also heard that the storm giants were the ones overseeing all the other giants, so it's a good chance that this has been the central meeting point of giants since the storm giants took over.
Mm-hmm.
So those that are tuned to this belt become bound by the dragon tree of the Great One and are subject to the laws of the storm giants. So I don't know what that means.
I agree.
Probably means if they command us to do something, we have to listen to them.
Probably.
Yeah. And I would say if you're in a fight with them, you may not be able to attack them.
And the tree specifically will refer to the storm giant crown. Because that was the shackle the dragons imposed.
Which recently got broken. So we might be all good.
Dimitri's going to go into the room, probably was walking under the beds to keep out of sight more than him, but and go to the door at the far end to see if it is equally untrapped or apparently untrapped, and whether it opens easily and if I can hear anything on the other side, etc. It's basically at the moment trying to find a spot where it's comfortable for the party to retreat to and rest if needed. Okay, baseball operations.
He might chop away, but
Hey, buddy.
Drop down.
Yeah. It's supposed to run away. Okay, so as Calcrix goes back into the main room, you can see that the hissing sound is coming from the southern passageway as it suddenly shuts off.
the hissing sound stops.
Mm-hmm.
And the southern passageway was the
Leads to a pool.
leads to a pool. And Dimitri didn't come across anything particular in the child's bedroom.
You went south looking for stuff, but from the notes perspective, not really.
Okay, yeah, just with the telepathic bond and things like that, I would have been alerted. I will use telepathic bond to indicate to people that I've heard a hissing sound coming from the south pool, and it stopped as soon as I came back to give it a closer investigation. I think perhaps maybe in case it's something that might attack us from behind, maybe we want to investigate that before we go too far. I'm happy to stand watch while they check the other door, because you haven't checked the other room yet.
But they found a door on the other side of the quarters as well. So
Did they?
is Dimitri going to check the far door?
Yes, the door, and the idea that at this stage it looks like this is an unused barrack area, so I'm thinking it'll be a safe base, but you want to check the other door first to make certain that there's nothing obviously there. So.
I'll back you up.
Milk could go as well.
Okay, are you going to try to hold the door, or are you just going to push it?
The far door?
Yeah.
Okay, he's doing the investigation again just to double check the listening, anything in there, confirm with another sliding door, and if it is another sliding door, it all seems clear. It'll mention to the others, like some of the stronger party members, to the fact that, hey, being an easy captain, don't necessarily open all ways kind of can avoid it, and Dimitri will give it a slight push, or plan.
So, perception roll, then an investigation roll, and then an athletics roll. Which for Dimitri. While he's listening, then he's investigating for traps, and then he's trying to stop the thing from just flying open.
He did ask the stronger people with him. I think that means Trollan and Cetus. I don't think Merc's particularly strong. So one of them might actually be doing the athletics roll for the check on the door, because he asked them for help with the door.
Cetus could do the roll for athletics. But he did say Dimitri was pushing the door.
That's right. The idea is that the first door we came across is the way too easily, and even with Dimitri's strength, it opened all the way when he's only expected to open the doorway. So when he's going on this way, he'll keep using his minor strength, and then have the big guys ready to stop the door actually sliding all the way.
Merc moves to the side.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just going to say, instead of doing everything at once, investigating your traps and that, you could have Cetus open the door while you do the investigations.
All the investigation is to
all.
find out whether it's safe to open the door. You're looking for traps on the door to find out if it's safe to open. They're not being done all at once, they're being done sequentially.
Okay.
You listen to see if there's anything on the other side, or look for stuff, investigate for traps, then try to open the door. So,
I was just saying you
sorry.
could do those investigations and then indicate to one of the others to open the door once you've determined it's safe, because that means a stronger party member who's opening the door might have better chance of stopping it from opening all the way, but at the same time you get to still check to make sure it's safe before they do that. That's all I was suggesting.
Anyway, that's about the Dimitri. He's happy to go. So,
I'm happy because I'm 7 foot and I can just reach over and stop it
that's
sliding.
what I mean. A stronger party member
Well,
might be able to control.
remember, we're talking a door that's 20 foot tall, or even like 30 foot tall,
30 foot tall.
and presumably 10, 15 foot wide. There's room for people to be working on together at the same time. Like, it's not a case of reaching over around people.
And the
plenty of space to work in.
door seems to be made out of granite.
Nice.
So, but yeah,
Let's try the
anyway, perception
hill giant strength on that. Yeah.
35, investigation was 25, 43 upgraded.
Okay, so
Well, doing athletics, I don't really care, but
yeah, you don't have to do athletics to get the door moving. You have to do athletics to stop the door moving.
yeah, fair enough then.
Because you're trying to stop a multi-ton door.
Yep. So, okay, in that case then, Dimitri's opening with limited strength, which means the guy with heavier strength are more likely to be able to stop it moving because it's not like Dimitri's trying to push it fast to start with. So,
Yes. So I'll
but up to you guys.
So I'll push it anyway. Let's.
Okay, so athletics check for the person trying to stop the door from moving. Dimitri doesn't hear anything on the other side. He doesn't see any traps.
That sounds good.
But it does look as if even a halfling would have no trouble opening the door.
Okay.
But it moves faster than
Yeah.
his strength would actually allow him to move it.
Right.
He believes it's enchanted with his upgraded check.
Nice.
So who's going to do the athletic check to try to stop the door from opening fully?
I believe that was Trellin volunteering.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so what's your athletics?
So
Is the
If
sugar open?
Dimitri's noticed on his investigation that it's probably
16.
a magically operated door,
I did roll.
he will say to Cullen,
Perfect.
don't try and strain yourself too much to avoid it.
You see Trellin trying to hold the door, and that you notice that his feet are sliding along the ground as he's doing this. I'm holding it.
I'm holding it. So I rolled a 2.
Just see
You're
to
pushing
Dimitri's
it.
going that way. He's probably
I have to catch it.
the magic operated code, don't strain it tight. The door's not designed to stop halfway. You'll break something, whether it be you or the door, if you try and hold it. So, but anyway, Dimitri will have a look through to see what's on the other side.
Okay, on the other side, it seems to be a kitchenette designed for someone of huge size.
With no exits?
No exits, but it has what looks to be an open pantry, a couple of cooking places with a flame just flickering on there. Doesn't seem to
And
have
is
a fuel source.
Is it all 3 times the size of me? Yeah.
Designed for huge, which is
Designed for huge.
looking at the size of the bean tops and things like that, it would seem to fit the size of the beds.
It does, as well as a table and chairs for huge size.
Okay. So Dimitri private thinking, yeah, okay, so we've got a nice suite designed for huge size visitors, but they don't provide an ensuite. Kitchenette, but no ensuite. Unless maybe that's what the pool is. Just down the corridor.
I was going to say, they've got working stoves, automatic doors. That hissing noise might have just been somebody flushing the toilet.
Could have indoor plumbing.
So-
You move
So
down
in terms
to...
of-
You move down to the other door on the other side of the statue.
Well, okay, the military points, first of all, and just saying whether or not the doors can be automatically activated to close again.
Well, you push and they seem to slide all the way closed.
Yep, okay. He'll make sure that he has warned people that attempt this before someone's standing in the doorway and he does it.
Here, look. See if you can stop this. Whoosh.
Well, it might also be a case of whether the elevator door can be automatically opened again if something's in the way.
I'm sure they're like the Empire, no safety systems.
Well, I think there might all be safety systems, but they're looking for objects that are at least 10 to 14 foot tall.
Okay, so you head over to the one on the other side of the passageway with Calcrix waiting there. Or did you want to check out the pool?
I didn't want to split away from the party too much, but I was more concerned about the source of the hissing sound than anything else, because hissing might indicate a creature. So I think you said that I was doing a perception or investigation.
I will make an investigation roll.
That makes it a non-natural 20.
Okay, investigating that chamber, it seems to contain a pool of hot water, and the walls around the chamber are dripping wet as if they've just been hit with steam.
So, like, it's a
Geyser.
Yeah. A
It's a
geyser
shower.
type thing. Does it make you think of giant sauna? Like, not giant sauna, but a sauna for giants.
Or a quick shower.
Or a shower for giants. Some sort of bathing room. But there doesn't seem to be any reason why it would have gone off. Like, there's no sign of a giant that's just been in here and set it off. Like,
No
why
sign
would
of
a shower, say, for a giant go off if there's no giant to set it off?
So if you did, it looks more like a natural geyser, which means it would go off on a regular basis.
Okay, so if it's
And
a natural geyser,
and it
that's
looks fresh
frozen.
water instead of salt water.
Okay,
So different water source.
so yeah, it's just they've made use of a natural geyser and turned it into a shower room.
The bidet.
Okay.
Okay, so is someone else going to try opening the other door, or leave it to Dimitri after you've done your investigation and perception already?
I was gonna say,
Yeah, leave it to me. To Dimitri.
if he's
I
done
usually do it.
the rolls already.
So Dimitri slides the door open.
Yep.
Okay, as you slide this door open, you realise that ensuite you're looking for, here it is.
Sorry, which door are we talking about now?
The one to the right of the statue, on the north corridor.
Okay.
I'm wondering if the statues just represent the gender
Yeah.
that is at each end.
This is the males'
Male end.
children room.
That's right,
and
females
stuff,
to the
and
other
that's
end.
females.
And you can see one of the pipes shaking in here as you hear the rattling sound again.
Does it look like this area has been used recently?
It does not. But it doesn't also look like it's been cleaned recently either.
Yeah, that's to me that's definitely that's further indication that this whole suite is not occupied at the moment. So.
Having determined that it's a natural geyser that goes off and not necessarily wanting to be in the way of boiling hot water, I will step out of what looks like the the water area of the room and just kind of wait and see if it goes off again.
Well, you realise that the steam generally, if it's actually doing its geyser thing, will probably come all the way out of the corridor into the main room by the amount of condensation around the passageway.
Okay, so I'll stand outside of the mark of the condensation, but I'm curious to see what it looks like when it goes off without getting myself done.
Okay, so the others seem to have finished in the northern one. Do you come down to the main room and start looking down the eastern one?
Hey, that's
Yeah.
not true.
Let's go to the females and see if it's just a replica.
Okay, so in the eastern one you see a stone statue of a female storm giant holding a harp and wearing a gown of purple coral. So if she gets clothing, he does not.
Well, you know.
Females must be a bit more modest.
Well, you do notice the female is generally more important in giant society, and also generally smarter. And males are more the himbos.
So, is
The
it
males are
the
too busy laughing at how small its penises are.
same? Is it the same layout as in the door on each
No,
side?
2 doors on the southern wall. The doors are also 10 feet wide instead of 20 feet wide.
Females are presumably often smaller.
Is the female statue smaller than the male statue?
No, same size.
Okay. Can we hear anything?
Well, yeah.
You were saying, Jeremy? Still there, Jeremy? Well, he has become silent at the moment, not sure what's happened.
He must still be in the other hallway.
Are you there, Jeremy?
Back again.
Yes,
I
okay,
don't
no
know
worries.
What happened? Dropped out, but but I didn't get a chance to do it. If you did before it activated again, so I'm not entirely sure what happened.
You sort of got part of a word out and then it just cut out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, I was saying that I did actually stop when someone else said, "Oh yeah, well, can we hear anything?" type stuff. It's basically all I was going to be saying anyway. So.
That was
Okay, so-
AJ Merck.
Great minds.
Perception roll for whoever wants to do it.
Perception.
I'm not in the room.
Well, you could have followed them in at that point.
I might investigate the larger room.
The one that they've already looked at?
The one that we're in while I'm waiting for them to
Okay.
look down the southern one and just see if I can see anything different. Just have a closer look at any rooms or writing.
24.
24. You do not hear anything in these rooms.
Okay. Looking around, does it look like the place is well used, or is the floor dusty, or?
Doesn't look like it's being used very often, this section.
Okay. This is worrying. I expect people to greet us or something.
Maybe.
And
Just
really usually a good start for us.
well,
It's a good thing.
if you keep going, then something bad will happen.
That's a great philosophy.
Anyway,
It's
it'd be nice to be able to say, "Here we are," instead of
Skulking around.
Yeah, but
skulking around.
that's why Dimitri was happy to. We found a potential base of operations if we have to extend our scouting mission and we can remain stealthy for a bit longer. And this small one might be a more convenient place if it's also unused.
Oh, it's got a toilet.
Because it might have furniture a better shape and size for us.
Yeah, got a kitchen.
What kind of... Were we on like a really short time frame for solving this? Or just a regular time frame?
They wanted you to solve this as soon as you could.
Yep, okay.
Well, we don't need to have a long rest.
No,
So,
I was
yeah.
just establishing whether or not we were on a timer of some sort.
Right, we want to look in one of these doors.
Yep.
Yeah, let's do
Yeah. So again, if I was out doing it, Dimitri will be listening, investigating, checking out these rooms to see if it's a equivalent suite, equally unused, and possibly.
They've already listened, so what we're going to do is investigate.
Okay.
If you investigate one, I'll investigate the other.
Okay.
We've done all at once. Oh, I've got to throw this dice away. Well,
34. 41 to Dimitri.
Okay, Dimitri looks at it. It looks identical to the door of the other one, except designed for a medium-sized person.
23.
Again, looks
Oh, so it's actually a,
it seems to be.
it's a fairly normal sized door.
It is a normal-sized door, and the one you're looking at also appears to be a normal-sized door. Doesn't seem to have any traps on it that you can see.
Okay.
You both open the doors.
I'd be confident enough at this point to open the doors. Maybe mistakenly, but I will do it.
Okay, so the one Dimitri opens seems to have beds for a medium-sized person, tables, some sort of kitchenette, similar to the huge one but designed for medium-sized people. And it seems to have a door at the
Again, 6 beds.
It has 5 bunk beds. These bunks go up 4 high.
Yeah, they can fit more in. Yeah, for the same size room, they can fit more beds. Dimitri will go and check to make certain he does leave the kitchenette.
The kitchenette's in the same room. The far door seems to lead to a ensuite for a medium-sized person.
So they put the plumbing on the same side, make it easier for the truck in the place. So, all good.
Are we still in the water?
No.
No.
Once you came into this level, you got out of the water.
Okay.
And the one that Merc opens seems to be for small-sized creatures.
Same sort of layout.
Same sort of layout. Same number of beds. 5 of them that go up 4 high.
They did have the kitchenette in the well too, didn't they?
The kitchenette's in the same room as the beds.
Yeah.
And it also has an ensuite to the south.
Yeah. Something I didn't mention with Martin asked that there was still water in my bed. Dimitri obviously used investigation to try to office and figure out water.
Merc has it on at all times.
So yes, you seem to have found the medium and small quarters available.
This is
And the quarters got to be obviously trying to get a bit of empty space.
could I
And Dimitri would recommend that hey, these medium-sized quarters is probably a good place to use our fallback position, because if we're being chased by storm giants, they're probably going to find it hard to get into this space.
Or they'll just flood the room.
could I try to cast minor necromancy to give me knowledge of this area?
You can.
Do I roll for
Okay.
it, or-
You don't need to roll for it because it's a cantrip.
Yep.
Okay, so trying to contact the spirits of the area. You hear a lot of animals speak.
I suppose I hear orcas singing and
Dolphins.
dolphins.
Yeah.
Yep. Could I use my mind
Disturb.
connection to transfer that to the rest of the party?
I'm sure you can mimic it to the others. Give me a performance roll.
Performance roll, I'll do that.
Could I get a clarification there? Was that Orcas or orcas?
Orcas. Singular.
And they're orcas worshipping orcas.
Do I add anything to a performance roll or just straight D20?
Whatever your performance is.
Just a reminder that we are at 2.
Charisma is a basing. Are you proficient with performance?
I believe I am double proficient with
Which means you will add 8 to it.
Nice.
So add 8, 15, plus 7, plus a D4, 22.
Okay, normally
25.
if you've got 2 levels, that would be a proficiency and expertise die.
Yeah, the D4 was my expertise dice.
I believe he's expert.
He is expert? Okay, like 3 levels of proficiency in it?
Well, he's a bard and that's his speciality.
Ah, okay, yep, that makes sense.
Okay, so yes, you make a perfect rendition of those sounds to everyone else. Unfortunately, they didn't activate animal speech beforehand. But hey, I'm sure they're very entertained by your performance.
So
Yes.
which animal
Mission
is this?
accomplished.
The
What do you say about my mother?
I
So I'd
believe
like to meet her.
I believe that Murka has spoken to the spirits of the area. He got animals all talking to him at the same time and decided to mimic that to the rest of the party.
But-
So speaking to spirits, but he's got animal speech back.
Animal spirits.
He doesn't speak animal speech, so he was then passing it on to the rest of the party to translate for him.
Right, I see. Calcrix could possibly translate animal speech, is that right?
After activating one of your spells, yes.
Yes. I will do that then. If it's not too late.
Okay, so you get a lot of things that end with "and then I was eaten."
And ends
And
with
I was
what?
eaten.
Alright, so you can
It's
do
the
it.
spirits of dolphins.
I think I've
You
tuned
can-
into the spirits that were in the
once
kitchen.
Sorry, what did
once
then?
Calcrix
And then
has
it was
got the
eaten.
thing.
And then it was eaten. Okay. Do I have any context for this?
Well, he's been talking to the people, the spirits of things that died in this area,
Okay.
and a lot of fish died,
Right.
including dolphins, large fish, different types of fish.
So you're back or you're not? Do you want a second one of them?
So yes, a lot of fish have died here.
Okay. That would be feeding the orcas and crabs and...
We've already said the name twice. Now we
Orca.
In amongst all of these tragically ended short lives of animals,
And they also mentioned that a black dragon of unusual size was found here.
a black dragon of unusual size.
Mm-hmm.
When they say unusual size,
Bigger than them.
I was going to say, do I get any context of what unusual would be?
It was big, massive. How big were you? I was big for my type. How big?
It was big enough to eat Gary whole. Who's Gary?
My annoying school friend.
And how big was Gary? Oh, it was about this big.
Gary was smaller than Pete. Okay, and you start going through all these names, going, I have no idea what scale these things are.
And they would know a lot about scales.
So yes, there are lots of spirits in the area.
In this spirit talk, is there any sort of so it's a black dragon, But I gather this black dragon was in the water because these are all fish and dolphins and stuff.
They don't give context around it, and
Nope, that's
it's very
just it.
hard for Merc to ask questions.
No, that's fine.
No, don't speak the
So-
And you've
Is
also
this
got no
minor
idea of how old these
ethnic?
spirits are,
Okay.
when they died, how long ago.
Obviously, they had unresolved issues after they died.
Mm.
They hung around.
What room were we in again?
It was in the, for Merc's case, the small room.
The small room, the rooms in the east.
The room in the east, the room with small beds.
The small beds.
Mm-hmm.
So, but a black dragon killed.
Well-
The area, I think they said.
So he's got a big range.
He's contacted the spirits of the complex.
Oh, okay. So this could be anywhere except.
Like imagine Harry Potter, and in Gryffindor you speak to Moaning Myrtle.
Right.
I'd rather Moaning Myrtle.
I'm hoping it's not as annoying as Moaning Myrtle.
Oh, it's far more annoying.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad I'm just translating and I'm not.
Because when Merc's translating to you, he's translating 3 or 4 different conversations at the same time, overlapping.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll make a mental note that there might be a black dragon in the complex, considering I was also called Kingmaker, and they're not unfamiliar with dragons in this area.
I wonder if Kingmaker was black at the time.
Well,
Maybe
yeah, you
king.
can't really tell from the goblet what colour I might have been, and if it's indeed do you get images or just talk?
Images.
Okay. Does the black dragon look anything like a white dragon with black scales?
Well, the dragon does have some sort of pattern on one of its wings.
A pattern.
Mm.
Is it in gold?
It's engraved.
Engraved.
The whole diagram picture is engraved, not coloured.
I see. Okay, because this is the way they perceive stuff.
Well, it's a drinking cup, so they haven't put a lot of.
Oh,
colour
so we're
into
talking
the
about the
drinking
cup, not the spirits.
Yes,
Okay.
you were asking about the cup before.
I was saying to AJ Merck that the cup doesn't give indication of.
And so I was answering about the cup to you.
But my question was more, when I get this impression of a black dragon from these spirits that I'm translating, do I get an actual image of a black dragon with it, or just the knowledge? I guess.
They just say black dragon.
Yep. Okay.
It also may be a dragon at night. Who knows?
I am curious
Maybe
enough.
maybe they only see in black and white. Ooh, I don't know.
I am curious enough to actually leave the main room where I've been waiting to go down into the small room and try a slightly more focused version of a similar sort of spell. I just gotta look up what it's called. Too many spells in these spell lists at the same time. You kind of need the spells. May not actually be a spell. It might be one of my abilities that I got from my Draco Morphus.
Okay, so
feel free to do another segment while I quickly look.
okay, so you've spoken to the spirits. They weren't particularly helpful. Because hey, I'm sure a lot of fish would have unresolved feelings.
Especially if they'll turn into lunch. I suppose they would. Yeah.
And hey, even a pseudo dragon would be a huge dragon compared to a tiny fish.
Someone's little companion dragon or something.
Or a fairy dragon.
A fairy dragon, yeah.
Having confirmed we've got a suitable base of operations, Dimitri will head back towards the pool entry room and check out I think we've got one or two other corridors to check before the staircase.
The room before the staircase had been checked by Calcrix, and she told you it was a geyser.
Yeah, I thought there was another couple corridors though, but
there were three corridors and a staircase.
yeah, okay. So the third corridor then
Was the geyser.
right. Okay, yeah. So in this case then, and we heard a low grumble, or no, a low tone coming from the top of the stairs, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
Is that still audible?
Yes.
Okay. And how easy are these stairs for a medium-sized creature to climb?
How good are you at parkouring?
That's going to be well. His athletics isn't necessarily that great, but he has got a climb speed.
In that case, it's easy for you.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like the each step is about 10 feet.
Yeah. So.
Which means even a large giant would struggle to get up these stairs, but could do it.
So, yeah. But that needs to be still go up them stealthily, so he will go up the stairs and try and get to a stage where he can get a better view as to what might be at the top of the stairs or what's making the sound.
Okay, as you start to
and
go,
he can be stealthy while he's doing it.
as you start to go up the stairs, you realise stealth is pretty irrelevant because the sounds get louder and louder, and you start to pick out words. As there seems to be a discussion amongst people speaking Jotun, and one of them is extremely deep bass to the point where you think you're only picking up half the words.
Okay.
Not that you aren't hearing it, it just seems to be so low that it drops out of your hearing range.
Yeah. Well, exactly. Dimitri moves at full pace stealth anyway, so he will maintain the quiet and listen in on what he can pick up on the discussions.
Okay.
And if listen in for initially to find out what's going through, feeding stuff back through telepathic bond, to let them know what's going through. Is anyone else how far up the stairs do you have to go to actually start understanding the conversation?
You start understanding it at about 10 feet up. And it gets clearer.
First stair or two.
It gets clearer with each step you go up.
How many steps are there approximately?
Well, it goes up 40 feet, so not many stairs required.
Okay. So it's only four or five steps. Okay. Dimitri will aim to get up to effectively the stair below the top. So he's listening closely.
And
we can hear that.
And I'll give you a perception roll as you're going.
27.
Okay. You realise partway up that there seems to be a stairwell on the outside of the giant stairs for medium-sized people.
Right.
Oh.
But you only notice it because there's a crack in the stairs as you're going up.
Yeah, okay. I will mention it. I don't know. Were others trying to struggle up behind the stairs behind Dimitri, or were they waiting on the staircase for the time?
Maybe at half speed. So I've got 55 feet, and I can climb, including vertical surfaces.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. You've got a climb speed as well, so the stairs don't slow you down.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. If anyone else is trying to climb the stairs or not,
Yes, I do.
We will let you guys know that, hey, there's another way just off to the side there. It's so you may find most being easier.
Merc will go off to the side.
Okay, you can't find the entry.
Okay. Are there any shadows around us, or is it very lit? Or?
It's well lit. The rooms have a couple of continual flames, making sure there are no real shadows.
Okay. Can I do an investigation to try to find the entry?
You can.
Alright. By this point I should know exactly how to do this, but I took every time.
And unless you do it regularly, you generally forget.
Yeah, I have to check my stealth skill.
24.
24. Okay, you're sure you found the entryway. You just can't figure out how to open it.
Okay. What I obviously don't see any levers or anything like that. Okay. Interesting. Can I look around for a shadow?
Well, by the looks of things, it slides up.
It slides up.
Mm-hmm.
Can I investigate for a trap?
Sure.
I'll do exactly what I just did, but I'll still open my book to make it look like that one. 19.
Okay, so you don't find any traps.
I'll slide it up, or I'll attempt to slide it up,
Okay, give me a athletics check.
which is not great. And strength 15.
It doesn't budge.
I just wait at the bottom of the stairs.
Because you're getting fed information through the telepathic bond.
That's right.
And I will give Trellin and Dimitri a perception roll after hearing from Merc that he can't open the passage.
30.
Oh, pretty good.
Okay, so 20 feet above Merc seems to be a knob right on the bit that he's trying to get through, and you think they lifted it up from that point.
Okay, I'll do that.
You'd think a person who's about 30 or 40 foot tall would lift it at that point.
Right.
The staircase for the little folk is actually only opened by big folk.
Is that what you tell people? Like in your...
Like what it looks like.
Yeah.
You believe security feature.
So you can't reach it, is that right?
Well, even if you
Well,
can
I
reach
can
it.
walk up through my
Yeah, you can climb the wall.
climb the walls and slam it up.
You think it's about a ton or more of stone?
Okay.
Oh,
that's
maybe.
This is a big creature and a half.
And
22
Okay.
sounds a bit.
Dimitri is certainly concerned about words like slam it up, because remember, it's stealthy.
And that sort of weight for a storm giant is insignificant.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And the other factor
300.
is that
300 and it's double.
Mark.
Yeah.
Hey buddy, no food that way.
the other factor is it's better to not open that doorway because that's likely to activate alarms or signals, or at least become obvious that, oh, hang on, what's that stairway open for? So we're better off assuming we can put ropes down for the others to come up the stairs or climb that side.
He can, but he can literally jump up and pull himself up. Because, hey, most people can do the jump to the 10 foot above them.
But obviously, people basically an athletics check more than likely fairly low DC each time. So
Or they just ask the dragon to, do the tail up.
Well,
Give a boost.
the dragon at the moment was in the other room, and she wanted to try a spell that requires just one action.
Mm-hmm. Which spell?
Called Converse with Dragon.
Mm-hmm.
It allows her to telepathically reach out to 120 feet, and if there's another dragon in the area, she will be able to determine their presence. She just wants to see, within 120 feet, is there any current dragon?
Okay, so you can talk to them, or you know of them.
So I will know of them, and if they are willing, so a dragon, the opposing dragon, can choose to make a charisma saving throw to prevent telepathic contact with itself. It doesn't change their disposition towards me. It just opens up a channel of communication. Either way, I can tell there's a dragon, but whether or not I can communicate is up to the dragon. Did you want to look at the spell?
No, I'm happy. So yes, you do get a presence of a dragon.
Okay.
Not a presence you're familiar with.
Yep, that's okay.
And it greets you as Empress of the Skies.
Empress of the Skies, not Empress of the Hunt. Okay, cool. I'm familiar with those two channels. I will reply with greetings, fellow dragon, basically. I'm undertaking a quest in this area, and I've just become aware that you might be here, and I wanted to pay my respects, because it's not polite to enter another dragon's territory without offering greetings and a gift.
You get a response saying it does not have any territories. It was killed many thousands of years ago.
Ah, I see.
And it resides in the Worm Skull Throne.
The Worm Skull Throne. And do you know where that throne might be in relation to myself?
He doesn't know where you are.
Okay. I will telepathically describe where I am.
It does not remember ever being in a room like that.
I am
This
currently...
construction is probably not several thousand years old.
But they are within 120 feet of us.
I am currently within a storm giants complex. Did such a thing exist when you existed? Because the storm giants have been around for a long time.
It says it was made as the throne of the Storm Giant King.
I see. And I can tell they're within 120 feet of me. If it is agreeable to you, I'm going to attempt to find you and gain more information, but that may not be immediate.
Okay. So, Dimitri, as you get up, you can hear a argument about the domains of the cloud giants, fire giants, frost giants, and stone giants.
Am I hearing, is that kind of cloud, frost, fire, and stone? Did you say? Did Storm get mentioned?
Storm did not get mentioned.
Right. So am I hearing 4 different voices?
You're hearing 6 different voices.
So it's cloud, frost, fire, and stone. But 6 voices.
Yep.
Does there appear to be a couple pairs of voices that seem to be supporting each other specifically? Like in the sense that there's 6 voices but 4 factions?
You believe there are 5 factions with 6 voices.
Right.
4 of the voices seem to be trying to get the favour of the 5th faction that seems to have 2 voices.
Right, okay, yes, so, yeah. And can Dimitri see anything in the room where he is from the bottom of the top step? which I assume there's got a 10-foot wall above you touched up, but
Mm-hmm.
not knowing exactly what it enters into. Is there anything you can see into the room that's going towards?
Okay, the room that you're looking into seems to be about 100 foot tall. You can see what looks like, reminds you of the standing stones of the hill giants, except these are far more ornate.
Mm-hmm. Dimitri will climb up the last step and look over the lip again, trying to remain unseen, but he wants to get a better view into the room without unobstructed. So.
Okay, you can see 7 giants in the room, and then you pick up another 2, making it 9 all up. There are 2 female storm giants in conversation with a male cloud giant, a female fire giant, male frost giant, and a male stone giant. Each of these giants don't resemble the base giants you've met. You also see another storm giant playing an instrument. Partly with a crab that you're seeing below, having his shell hit occasionally by this storm giant.
Is that the clanging?
That's not the cleaning they were hearing earlier.
That was the plumbing.
That was the plumbing, yes.
Yep.
And so some of the bass you've been getting is him playing some sort of large drums,
Bass.
which has been blotting out some of the words here and there.
Yeah.
And you see what appear to be 2 heavily armed storm giants overseeing things. Their armor is, you'd probably compare it to the Emperor's Guards.
It's a very ornate sort of armor.
Very practical and ornate.
Okay.
So designed for instant combat. And they do radiate energy that you can see shimmering off them.
How big are they?
They are, each of the guards are at the 30-foot mark, whereas the 2 female storm giants are at the 40-foot mark. You can sort of see shimmering just around them, but they're wearing no armor. And the other giants are about the 20 to 30-foot mark.
I will make my way to catch up with the other guys.
Mm-hmm.
With Sean and AJ hanging off you.
I don't know if they were still with me in the room.
I was at the base of the stairs.
Well, I think the separate room you went into, we all went back into the pool room anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think Kelcrick was effectively in the same area. She went down to check out the bathroom.
Yeah. And then when Merc discovered the room with the minor ethermancy and heard about all of these fish being killed by the dragon, I joined him in that room. And then cast my spell. No, I believe it was the female children's barracks sleeping area. And that's where all these fish had apparently, well, he heard, that's where he did the minor ethermancy and heard all the fish dying. So I stopped there for one action, essentially, and did my spell checking for dragons. And now that I've confirmed the dragons within 120 feet, but not immediately with me, I've made my way back to catch up with the rest of the group. I presume Merc and Cetus are either they've come with me to catch up with where Dimitri is, or they're at the base of the stairs.
I'm at the base of the stairs.
They are referring to the 2 storm giants, discussing with them as princess. For each of them.
And I would like to go as stealthily as possible so that I don't attract undue attention to Dimitri, who I'm aware is probably investigating something through the telepathic bond.
Okay. So, I will get the stealth roll from those who haven't rolled stealth yet. Book swirling doesn't count as rolling.
No, it doesn't, but they're slippery
33.
and my hands aren't.
I was just trying to be lighthearted.
I know. I just got a killer headache still.
Okay, so yes, you feel you are very stealthy. Super stealth.
Well, I'm only half the distance between the rest of the party and Dimitri.
24.
Not so stealthy, but very good stealth.
Nat 1.
So, what are you calling out to people?
Oh, trying to get a little boost.
Hey, can you give me a lift?
Pretty much.
Take off your one-man band outfit.
Call my mouth at this point.
Dimitri's definitely off in a corner of the stairwell. When the giants start coming down, well, if they can get more part, they probably miss Dimitri, hopefully.
And what was Cal Creature's stealth?
21.
21. Okay. So.
Oh, no, 24, because I get the +3 when stealthing from the entry.
Mm-hmm. So, as you hear noises coming from Merc, asking for more assistance, you also hear a loud gong above you and a voice announcing the arrival of the Empress of the Sky.
So much from a 24. Okay.
Well, so much for
I
having
won't
a look
hide
for.
myself at that point. I will cautiously enter the room because I think hiding at this point would be insulting.
So you're going up the stairs into the room?
Yes. I don't see that there's any other diplomatic choice. I've just been announced. Whether or not you guys want to come in with me or continue to stealth hide.
But it's also the sort of thing that Empress of the Skies, is that a title by which we know Calcrix?
Yes.
Oh, I thought...
You guys will know Calcrix as Empress of the Skies. That's one of the titles you'll have heard whenever she's introduced anywhere. So having accompanied your party places.
That's right.
And she's also Empress of the Wild Hunt. And then she comes with the general title of Calcrix the White Dragon, which is semi-famous.
What was the title that the dragon spirit called you that wasn't expected?
Empress of the Skies. I know I have it, but I'm not often referred to it by other dragons. Usually it's Empress of the Skies is something that have I achieved that officially yet, or I just know that that's in my future?
You know it's a future.
Yes, so I think the Sultan of Yalaran was the first person to call me Empress of the Skies, so I know at some point I'm going to become Empress of the Skies, but I know I'm not there.
So is it a...
Again, I'm curious at the fact that the party would recognise you and recognise that title.
Yeah,
So
the party heard the Sultan refer to her as that.
So this
Okay.
that would have been Monday's party, but Calcrix does let each party she joins makes them aware of some of her attachments, so that if we're doing the talky talk, it might have influence having those titles, and that might be in our favour. So she's like, don't forget, I'm Empress of the Skies and Empress of the Wild Hunt, and
But you're not Empress of the Skies.
I'm
yet.
known as. by some, even though it's not an official title.
So just for my knowledge, is it a title or is it a rank that like other dragons can also achieve?
It is a title that are under the impression that I'm unique in gaining.
Right, so there's only one. It's not as if there could be other dragons.
No.
Gotcha.
No. And Empress of the Wild Hunt is absolutely unique. I created the Wild Hunt. I haven't created the Wild Hunt.
Only one being is going to call you Empress of the Skies until you spoke to the spirit of the dragon in the throne.
No, I've had other older dragons recognize me as such, even though they will lightheartedly tease me and say, not quite yet. I'm still very young, they'll make dragon pokes at my youth, because I'm a 13-year-old dragon and they're 200, 300 years old. And Drazzle has also referred to me as Empress of the Skies once officially in front of Monday's group. But that news was passed on to Wednesday and Friday's parties as a part of general Drazzle sort of knowledge.
Yeah.
An official prophecy he's made, as well as the Sultan of Yalarum. Is that correct, Martin?
That is correct. Okay, so as Calcrick comes out onto the landing, they sort of stop talking and turn and look in her direction, and one of the female storm giants sort of looks at Calcrick and sort of looks at her and goes, "Aren't you a little small for that title?"
Calcrix will give a deprecating smile, bow deeply, forgive my intrusion. I am bigger in personality than I might be in size, and my size is often only determined by the enlarge reduce spells that I use.
Well, she does also ask, I thought dragons got bigger with age, not smaller.
Depends on how old I was when you first encountered me.
Shouldn't you be older now?
Maybe.
Not each creature can time travel.
Did Dimitri see who or where the announcement of the arrival of the Empress of the Skies came from?
It came from the stairwell. You believe the stairwell is enchanted.
You're just going to clean now. I'm going to take my seat back because I'd like to sit down.
Could the rest of the party hear your conversation with the dragon spirit in the throne via telephone?
Martin?
She could have passed it on to you, yes.
I would have passed on that I've been made aware of the worm skull throne. And a dragon that is spirit that's within it.
Which is probably the reason that the stairwell recognised you, because potentially under the basic of the stairwell might be connected to the basic of the throne, and you introduced yourself to the throne, so it introduced yourself to everyone else. So
Keeping in mind
I guess one did magic now, not stealth. But Dimitri will remain on stealth the rest of the time.
Yeah. I would advise that even if they know about you, it's best to keep a low profile. Keeping in mind that not all creatures have experience of time travel, I will be less coy and say that with dragons, age is not necessarily a matter of appearance and years, but sometimes a matter of education and the seeking of knowledge. You can have a 1,000-year-old dragon who has only reached the maturity of a 12-year-old, for they have not sought any knowledge or any understanding of the world about them, but sought simply to enjoy it and amass their hoards. I, however, have always had a passion and curiosity that has led me to enrich my mental age to outdo that of some 500-year-old dragons, even though in actual time I might only be 13 years.
Okay.
He's going to say to the telephone, why do you give yourself away so much? Why do you give away the secrets?
Yes and no. It's generally known this about dragons. It's not a secret, but not because giants and dragons haven't had a long-lasting friendship, knowledge, relationship with each other. It would be something that they wouldn't necessarily be aware of, and because Calcrix's goals is to forge a relationship with and bonds with all giant kind to make up for her idiotic ancestors. She would seek to be transparent with them about things that aren't actively dragon or draconic secrets. Did you just jump on your sleeping sister and attack her? Yes, you
No,
did.
he does that a lot.
Well, but it's also the sort of thing of giving away the fact that you're only 13 years old, meaning you're comparatively weak for a dragon, even if you're intelligent for a dragon.
Not necessarily. So what I've just told them, though, is that even though I'm 13, I can outmatch a 500-year-old dragon in some scenarios. I'm saying looks aren't what they seem. So while you might think that I'm very small, I'm actually quite knowledgeable and powerful.
He will give you a persuasion.
Do I get to offer to make coffee for them and add my coffee art to my persuasion roll?
From this perspective, offering to make coffee would not help you.
Okay, that's fine.
You are
If you've
basically...
been announced as the Empress of the Skies, you're not there to serve coffee.
I think I'm going to be fine.
Yeah.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. Okay, so they bow towards you, apologizing to the Kingmaker.
I'm going to pretend that I'm not surprised by extra knowledge and title.
And they ask, have you come to repair their crown?
I have come seeking the shards of the crown.
And you should speak with Sarissa, who sits on the throne.
And Sarissa is the one that the first Orca worked for.
Yes.
So that's probably my path to Sarissa, presuming that she's not here since they told me to speak to her.
They say she sits in the throne, in the where you placed it.
Yep. I'm going to presume that I follow the Orca chamber and hope that I'm right. That's me.
Give me an insight roll.
Now where's my natural 20?
Everyone else can also make an insight
Shouldn't be
roll.
too bad. That's an 8, 10. Where's my favorite? I think it's like plus 11 at least. So an 18 plus 11 will be
Would be 29.
29. Yes. No, it's plus 15
Which is a lot more than 29. That would-
and D4. So
I got 7.
18. So that's
Dragon, giants, talking.
plus
Nat 20.
33,
6.
plus a D4.
6. You're the same. You're basically distracted by Trellin, who's distracted by you. And what was your total score on a natural 20?
35.
So it was perception.
Mm-hmm.
Insight.
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 yes.
Apologies. That's a D4. Do I add intelligence?
You can add intelligence or wisdom.
It would be most commonly wisdom.
36, I think. They're both the same for me, intelligence and wisdom.
So 36 with upgraded with a natural 20.
Yep.
And what did Calcrix get?
35. 33 plus 2.
Okay. And how about Dimitri?
25.
25. Dimitri does get a lot of hostility of all of the giants here. Both Calcrix and Merc get, with the hostility, there's also a lot of fear. and they seem to glance towards a large set of double doors to the south in the room.
Hostility.
Noting the hostility, Dimitri will, and the fact that Calcrix has caused a decent distraction, he will climb over the lip of the top stair and find a spot in the shadows off to the side at the present time, and
Well, you also
probably heading towards that double doors.
you also know in the history the dragons forced the crown upon them, which also enforced the law that the dragons imposed.
Keeping that
So
in
the
mind.
question about reforming the crown is probably not something they were hoping you would do.
So keeping that in mind.
But from the Storm Giants' perspective, they had complete control over all the giant kind. So it wasn't a bad thing for them. They actually got to be top of the pile.
But we got.
But it wasn't a storm giant who asked the question, was it?
It was the Storm Giant princess who asked the question.
Oh, right, yeah, sorry.
So, but there's you said 4 types of other giant in there.
Yes, there are 4 types of other giant in there.
Yeah, and so.
She does introduce herself
Yep.
as Miran and her sister Nim.
Yep.
Then refers to the Count Val of the Cloud Giants.
I'll say I believe I've met your matriarch Amberlin.
The Duchess Tartha from the Fire Giants.
Can you spell
Tartha.
Tartha?
The
And that was of the
Fire Giants.
fire giants.
The Jarl Hallenhild from the Frost Giants.
Can you spell
HELLENHILD.
HILD?
Yep. And the Thane Broxo from the Stone Giants.
Nathane Boxer.
BRAXOW.
Oh, XOW. And that was the stone.
Yep.
Calcrix will address them and say, please be aware that my seeking of the shards of the crown are not necessarily with.
You will want to be very careful with what you say to them
Right.
because
Okay,
if
so if you're saying don't, he was pleased when you said I'm seeking the shards rather than went to the answer to the question. You go put together.
Yes.
Because
very
if-
pleased with that statement.
If you give them any reason to suspect that you don't have the power or you're trying to do something other than
Okay.
what your authority was when you put the crown on,
Okay.
they have a reason to kill you and everyone in the room,
Okay. Well, I'll not give them my intentions.
which is the anger and fear. They fear you're the same person who created the crown.
Yes. That's is that insight Calcrix has?
Yes,
or,
it would be an insight you have and that Merc has.
And Merc has that insight as well.
I communicate that insight to the rest of the
Ah.
The anger is the fact that the dragons have oppressed them for many thousands of years. And it also act as their main policing if they get out of hand.
Would it be safer for Calcrix to say that she is seeking to change the relationship between dragons and giants?
Don't go into it all. Just say you're collecting the shards.
The more you go into it,
Just go any
the
further.
more likely you stick your foot in it, which you can't undo.
Okay, I'll leave it at that.
Because
The more you say, the more likely you get caught out.
and
Yeah.
none of these people here that you're talking to have any main authority
Well,
that you know of.
that's it. I'm not entirely sure of their standing in the giant community, but we do have at least one princess.
Two,
which
you know, you've got 2 princesses
Two
here, but they
princesses,
said
yes.
someone else sits on the throne.
Near, and it's
Sashia.
Sarisa. I think.
Yeah,
it's
Sarisa, yeah. Sorry,
The-
my pronunciations aren't great
No,
today.
that's okay. I've written it down from Small Orca. Okay, so I will thank them for their direction, and I will head forthwith to consult with Sarisa.
Okay, so as you reach the doors, they are 40-foot tall doors made out of what looks to be solid gold. More wealth than Merc believes he would see in his entire lifetime.
Do I have the rest of my entourage with me right now?
I'm sure some of them are dashing about. Thank you.
I was just to say I could just take the party with me as my entourage. And that would possibly see them progress through the room without any challenge? Question mark?
Dimitri's aiming to shadow you're across the room and then go through the doors with you, but unseen still with his plan.
We still have 3 other party members that aren't necessarily...
Absolutely. I'm not saying the party wouldn't go with you, but Dimitri's definitely aiming to stay out of sight still.
Okay, so as you wander towards the other room, the doors open as you approach.
Yep.
You see 2 hill giants wearing fully equipped in armor and weaponry, and looking far more intelligent than you expect hill giants to look. They're not supposed to look intelligent away from the matron.
I presume with their hive mind that...
The hive mind doesn't go very far from the matron.
Oh, doesn't it? Okay.
That's one of the things she said.
Would that indicate a presence of another matron or the influence of one of the matriarchs here?
Potentially, or even some connection with the crown.
Potentially the worm skull throne might act as a repeater station.
And they go either side of you to take you to the throne. As you
How
enter,
big is this space we've gone into?
this one is the largest space you've been in so far. The throne, which they refer to as the Hall of the Worm Skull Throne, is an amphitheatre with stone bleachers overlooking an oblong chamber with a 50-foot deep pool of seawater near the centre. In the middle of the bleachers is an archway with 2 doors in it. Looks like a passage goes off that way. Facing the pool and the doors are 3 enormous thrones. The middle one is carved from a solid chunk of obsidian, has 4 blue dragon skulls affixed to its base, and floats 1 foot above the floor. And you recognise that one as the Worm Skull Throne. The ones either side of it are made of coral and seashells. Sitting on the central throne is a storm giant. Just making sure what the other ones actually are. So, and you see a storm giant either side. Both Dimitri and Calcrix identify that the storm giant on the left is a blue dragon in disguise.
Do I recognize
And the one on the right is a actual storm giant?
Yes.
Yeah.
You don't recognize this dragon? You have never seen it before.
Well, Dimitri will quickly let others know, but it's like there's a interloper, watcher, spy within the throne room.
I just want to check. Did you 3 accompany me?
I did.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
Yep. Just making sure I know who's in the room with me, so no one gets ignored.
So no one looks at the right-hand side.
The right-hand side is an actual storm giant. The left-hand side, because of our robe of eyes, Dimitri and I can identify that it is a blue dragon making himself look like, disguised as a storm giant.
Polymorph.
And I believe on the throne might be Sarisa.
We believe it's Sarisa, yes.
So, in order to benefit the storm giants, do we take out the...
No.
We're not here to benefit the storm giants.
We're here to benefit ourselves.
I've got a belt of the hill giant strength.
If you end
Yes.
up taking out the dragon,
And the
you
storm
may
giants have been
take-
oppressing
you
the
may
hill
have to
giants.
take on all of the dragons.
Jeremy, just sec.
Okay.
Sorry, Martin.
I was actually trying to answer
Yep.
Martin specifically,
That's
saying
why I was
if you
asking
if you
Jeremy.
take on the and kill the blue dragon, you'd probably end up having to take on all of the dragons.
Well, can we just say...
No.
No. This is a diplomatic thing right now. We just need to be aware that the storm giant on the left is actually a blue dragon, because it gives us an idea that storm giant has ulterior agenda.
Or it's the draconic spy that is helping enforce dragon law.
Which is what Dimitri specifically
And-
told the party through the tale at the time.
Because we have promised the matrons their particular shard of the storm giant's crown to return it to them, because it's a part of them. It's part of their essence, and that's how they are being controlled by the storm giant. And we want to keep the matrons in control of the giants, because they're the more level-headed, it seems, at least for the moment. We don't want the blue dragon or the other dragons becoming aware of the fact that we're kind of trying to build a relationship that's more positive with the giants, because the dragons probably aren't all that interested in that as a group as a whole. They probably want to continue to maintain their control over the giants. Calcrix hasn't decided or hasn't figured out whether it's a good thing for the dragons to stay in control, but she certainly understands that it is a relationship of master and slave, and she feels that should definitely change. She's against slavery of any sort, even if it's dragons over any other species.
And Calcrix at the moment is risking angering the Dragon Nation.
Yes. So I've got to be very careful. As much as I might sell myself as being powerful, I could be killed off by any number of dragons.
And by the looks of things, it is an ancient blue.
An ancient blue. So when you say ancient, is it my generation or the old generation?
Ancient is in over 1,000 years old.
Okay, yep. So still not from Bahamut. And
It's not. There's, as far as you know, there's only one left over from Bahamut's time,
And
and
it's-
it is the one that is in someone else's body.
That's the Shadow Lord.
The Shadow Lord, yes.
Okie dokie. I will address Sarisa, because I think diplomatically, addressing anyone else in the room would be not very well taken. I will bow, but not too far down, just respectfully, not submissively, as you would, and say, "Greetings, Queen Sarisa."
They
Is
referred
she
to
the
her.
queen?
They referred to her as Princess previously.
Princess Sarisa. Okay, Princess. Then, sorry, memory.
She sits on the throne, which means, where's the king and queen?
Where's the king
And queen.
and queen? Okay.
As in, like, yeah, she's got the title of princess. Yeah.
And she's the current ruling monarch.
She's apparently the one in command.
Yes.
So,
And that is a really good question. Where are the king and the queen, and why is she currently in charge Is it like temporary, like an acting position while the king and queen are away, or when someone holds the place, there's a specific name.
Regent.
A regent, yeah. It might be in a
Although
regent.
regent wouldn't normally be royalty in that sense, but
Regent would be placeholder, whereas child would be basically taking the authority of their parent.
Yes. The question is where are the parents?
Give me a persuasion roll. Does anyone help speak up?
are you actually asking that question?
Can I give someone
I will take assistance.
Let me see if I've got a
Are you,
bow.
are you actually asking the question, trying to find out where the king and queen is?
Well, she asked a lot of questions there.
They could have come true. I was thinking they were rhetorical questions in your own mind as to.
They were more
But-
rhetorical questions as a player, but if Martin says,
Yeah.
let's see what they say, I'm taking that as a hint from him that is information I might be able to find out. And he's given me a persuasion roll rather than other things, so I'm also going to take
Okay.
that favourably.
Can I cast on Caltrix the Placid Tones Battle Hymn, which gives her an expertise dice on intelligence, wisdom, and charisma checks? Does that help?
It means her persuasion dice will upgrade one.
Yeah.
So it's a D4 at the moment, I believe.
It is persuasion. It is a D4 at the
Then it
moment.
would be a D6 when you with the spell.
And then you said a D6. It's 36.
36. Okay.
My brain hurts.
She does bow towards the Empress of the Sky. Does have a little bit of suspicion in her eyes, but doesn't say anything. Because, hey, dragons be crazy.
Dragons be crazy.
Well, if they, you would probably understand that if anyone crosses the dragons are more than happy to wipe them out.
Mm-hmm.
There's no negotiating with dragons.
Wipe out or enslave.
Oh, they're not known to enslave, they're known to wipe out.
And the giants were quite lucky then, really.
They were lucky because God stepped in.
Mm.
The dragons, once they lose their temper, rarely get it back in time to not kill everyone.
I'd say Caltrix is probably a rare, very rare exception.
Okay, so she does say that she believes her father lives but does not know where he is, where her mother's body was recovered nearby. She does say that if you can find her father, you'll be able to find the crown. And she hands you a wooden coin.
A wooden
Coin.
coin.
And saying this was found on her mother's body.
Okay.
You get approving nods from the advisors.
That's encouraging.
It's better than not approving not.
I'm trying to figure out, this is the player, am I expected to know how her mother died and where her mother died?
She doesn't go into the details.
Okay. And is it something that I would know about, be able to ask about where her father was last known to
Yeah.
be?
Was with her mother.
Okay.
says that the looking at the coin is painted with the golden goose insignia,
Golden goose.
but she does not know what it represents.
Is it something that I might have known something about?
Not in this throne room.
Okay.
If you spend time investigating now,
Yep.
you won't have
No,
time
that's
to
fine.
do anything more. She does say that if you can solve this and help restore the balance, she saw that the giants will take it favorably.
Restore the balance she saw.
She says if you could if you can restore the balance, she believes that the giants will take it favorably.
Okay.
She's not specifically saying what
No.
balance or restore what.
That's okay. These are questions that I will figure out with the rest of my party.
Does she does sound like she's talking like a matron. But she doesn't seem as powerful as a matron.
I will. My private thoughts is that she's growing into being a matron, but she's not quite there yet until the thing with her father is resolved. Can anyone think of any questions that we might ask that might get us some extra information without creating a diplomatic event?
Might be worth seeing where the mother's body was found and the circumstances around that. But I have Law Master of Travel, which allows me to recall information related to myths and legends that are location based, or gives me advantage on history checks for them. Is this something Merc would be able to make a history check on?
Possibly, but considering what time we're at tonight, it's
Yep.
probably not something you want to be doing in the throne room right now.
Fair enough.
Especially considering if you blurt out the wrong thing, why do they need you?
Yeah, alright.
Yep.
Might as well do that in private.
Much like if the dragon blots out the wrong thing, why do they take the dragon?
Considering that they got the coin of the mother's body and they said the mother's body is nearby, have they given any indication of where mother's body was found?
They just say nearby.
So that might be another minor ethymancy, or it could even have something to do with the dragon spirit that's within the throne room.
Be able to talk
I
to
know
them.
this might be a next game thing, but Calgrix wants to make connection with that spirit. It's a single action move. Is that something that I could
I would probably
do?
say not this game.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Next session is fine, but I just want to check. I guess
And you probably wouldn't want to cast it in the room.
no. So once we leave, might be the note I make.
She does offer to help you solve this faster a conch of teleportation,
A conch of teleportation.
which is too large for anyone but Calcrix to carry. Because it's a giant shell.
Sounds like a trap.
Sea-based creatures will enchant sea-based things.
Well, there's very much a water.
So do
Element
we
going
just
on.
walk into it?
You blow it.
You blow it.
Ah,
Yeah. Most conches, you know how people turn conches into like
yeah.
instruments and things like that? I gather it's kind of like that.
It is like that.
It's a shell trumpet.
Kind of like what you do in a bottle when you make a bottle make noise.
Alright.
She says picture where you want to go when using it.
Okie dokie. Yeah.
Okay, so I believe that would be a good point for us to finish tonight. You almost ended up in a few combats there.
I just had one question on behalf of Dimitri Jeremy. Since he's stealthed, has he been detected?
If he has, they ignore him because he's tiny. It's sort of like if you see a mouse walking and you're not worried about the mouse, you're not going to care about it. Or in this case, they'll probably think of you guys as Calcrix's herd of cats.
I'm a crazy dragon cat lady.
So far we've been cats and food tonight.
Well, I'd rather be a cat than food, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I feel like here though, in this sort of scenario, some cats are food.
I think because we're in a water environment, Cedars is probably going to come in handy because he's a water-based. Are you a water-based species?
Squid boy.
Yeah, you're squid.
I'm a water ganassi.
Genasi, yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to correct you. My brain pronounces it differently because of the way I've heard it. So that might actually be handy, so it's something I just want to remember for next session as well. To make use of that, and your lore master of travel.
Of travel, yeah.
Check as well for next session.
Yep. Yeah, it'll give me history on items of cultural significance in the area and that, yeah.
Will we start next session outside of the throne room?
Potentially, or if you come up with questions you'd like to ask, you could ask them next session.
Okay.
I was trying not to make you get through the entire thing here
Yeah,
while you're tired and that's the last thing of the night.
That's okay.
So you had room to say, we really should have asked this.
Because I was thinking Dimitri might take advantage of his perception and stuff like that, because he's got crazy perceptions and investigation stuffs. And since he's stealth as far as we know, it might be a good thing to do next session. Presuming Dimitri Jeremy is agreeable.
We'll work it out.
Okay, so does anyone else have anything they want to add before it finishes?
No.
Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe.
Yes.
Hi, Sean's mum.
Hi, Sean's mum. Thank you for watching. Like,
Okay.
share, subscribe.